Do you plan out an evening?
I planned an hour or two. Like,
and then we'll see where the night takes us.
Here's the dining table where they had the cannibal feast and stuff. And it's that old.
It wasn't clickbait. I was creatively thinking, I'm like, oh, these games are creative.
I was just being creative.
No, I can hold it for as long as I fucking need to. I really fucking hate you guys.
Shit, I don't know.
Penis.
You don't know what that is?
And our stream gets taken down because the show is too well produced.
Sure.
I use a thing called my brain. I use my brain.
Yeah.
Let's make a big pizza pie. Oh, I'm so sleepy. And
That was really good.
It is.
Welcome back, for Thursday, the 24th of August, starring Drop the Mic on Your Bike. It's Steph.
Yeah. Listen, there's some stuff that has to happen. And it's going to be fine.
On your bike.
He's a host with the most. It's Reeps.
He fits. He fits in there. There is camera one.
He fits. He'll get the stains out of your carpet. It's Gus.
Hey!
Yeah.
Wine story. I remember that.
I don't get it.
On the ones and twos, but also the rest of the numbers, it's Joshua Swift.
Hey.
And me, Peter. And me, Peter Adam
Oh my god,
Burns.
that was a raw scream of frustration
He was
from
so
you.
angry at himself
Like-
for that.
No!
We are ill-prepared for this evening. In fact, that camera on that headroom? It's
Plenty of headroom.
It's enough. It's
We
enough.
had
We're fine.
we've had a full-on day, and when that happens, the time between when we think we are prepared to when the show is starting is like just disappears.
Yeah.
It's like oh, we've got time to kind of do the run through, and then it's like.
Did you do
30
tonight on the
seconds.
show?
No, that's the next
Oh,
bit.
tonight on the show, what Steph said.
Did you have anything?
No, I don't write this stuff, man.
Tonight on the show,
I have not looked at the rundown.
Tonight on the show, we talk about games, we draw some other games, and then we head to out back to the trailer park. It's pretty good.
Not great. We
Stop
don't.
clapping!
No, I love it. I love it. I
Draw
think
chat.
that's great.
Later on, we'll draw
Draw
chat.
chat.
Draw chat. Draw chat
Nice.
is good.
That's good.
Steph, you've already kind of filled everyone in that we were ill-prepared for the show. Bit messy, bit loose.
Yeah, you guys have been working on some animal stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I say that.
That's not the
I say that
reason.
because I looked over Gus's shoulder today, and he was editing a lovely, commercial, and Peter had shot several minutes of footage of dogs pooping,
Oh, we should release the,
and then
the shit tapes.
and then
we should do
Gus was going getting the footage of the dogs pooping and then reversing it, so the
He
poop
was.
went.
the first thing you
It
do.
went
was
back
very
into the
busy.
dog's butt,
Look,
and he was like,
here's the thing. I
thought it was hilarious.
I used to cut like commercials. I've cut commercials for like a hotel owner in Dubai. I've cut a Coca-Cola commercial. And today I sat there watching a Dachshund squeeze one out while it looked over its shoulder and just went like,
It was lots of different dogs. But you pooped.
Two dogs.
You filmed every dog pooping.
there was a golden retriever and a Dachshund, and both of them, it was hilarious.
I sent Peter a video once of our cat vomiting.
That's true.
That was a good catch.
Did you run it backwards though?
I didn't.
Reeps!
We've got a special guest here tonight.
Speaking of vomiting.
Reeves, I'm so sorry to
I'm so sorry.
not even really get to talk to you before we got to the poo stuff.
I know.
It's fine.
We barely talked to you before we started the show, so this is
true.
kind of
That
perfect.
is true.
We've
That
come
is
in
very
nice
true.
and hot.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy? You've been streaming all day.
Yeah, been
Why
streaming
stop
all
now?
day. Exactly. That's what I thought. I was going to let you guys take over. But it's been good. I mean, obviously, I got some free food when I got here. If you don't know, they give you free food. Which
But we made him inhale it.
They give you free
We were
food.
like,
Free
eat
food.
this now. We're running out of time.
don't dare
Suck
look at
it
anybody
back,
else.
buddy.
Yeah.
I did run over and I ordered a enchilada, which I've never done before. It's very messy. So I took myself to the corner of the studio
did.
and I was like, don't come over here. I'm eating. Was it the one with cheese?
Which one's an enchilada
Melted
again?
cheese on top
It's
of
a burrito
Yeah.
that they then toast and put cheese on.
So you can't
Then
use...
what's a chimichanga?
Similar-ish? What's it? Chimichanga's like crispy. This was like a soft flour tortilla.
They'd like deep fry it. Or
But
something.
they cover it in something, so therefore you have to use utensils and it falls apart.
And
And I came over
therefore-
here and I ate in shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like a little gremlin on the couch
A little ghoul.
while the countdown was on.
Just a ghoul.
Just a tiny little
Tiny
girl.
ghoul. How was your Mexican? Was it good?
It was great, and I'm just reading here a guy named Chimmy. That does make sense.
Oh, yeah.
Chimmy's deep fried burrito. Yeah.
Chimmy's chunga.
Gumdrops Numbnuts says, so Reeps is a Twitch streamer. You're goddamn right. But also a bit of a TikTok streamer now.
Yeah, I did a bit
what?
of TikTok streaming today.
Get up and dance.
I know. All right.
Don't do that.
It was.
don't have to dance.
Yeah, it was.
Don't.
It was good fun.
Gang.
You know, I didn't think. You know when there's a new platform and you're like, I'm just going to show, but there's no expectation.
Yeah.
There's no like whatever.
I love that we're all at the age where TikTok is a new platform, even though it's been out for 8 years. We're like,
Yeah.
oh,
But
this
it's
is
still
new.
You know, it's still out there.
When you stream on TikTok,
On this top tick.
Yeah.
do you?
So the heart button.
That's the reflex. That's the reflex that gets you. Do you? I should know this. We should definitely know this.
Yeah.
Are you? Is it vertical? Are you streaming like this?
Yes.
So are you keeping your hand gestures to a minimum
I
because
hold
you're
my
in-
monitor there, and
Okay.
then I just go like that, like while doing it.
and you're like, hey everyone, welcome to
That's a
TikTok.
good point. I didn't think about that. I guess you just have to like.
You bring it all in.
You can stream. You can stream in landscape.
Mhm.
We do it when we've multicast here and then been banned from TikTok
Because
but-
they think the show's
but-
too good.
But
Have we talked about this in the show? We've tried streaming to TikTok and our stream gets taken down because the show is too well produced and the algorithm thinks that we're like
Rebroadcasting
rebroadcasting
television.
television.
Josh,
Which is like a
Josh just snuck in a sneaky cut to himself, and
Yeah,
it was. Mwah. Don't know what you're talking about.
which is beautiful. But yeah, I imagine because you're playing games on TikTok and that'd work.
It is. It's because when you see it, right, there's a thing called TikTok Live Studio. This is very interesting to all the people out there, I'm sure. But you can
is.
basically go,
like-
here's my camera at the top.
Yeah.
Here's the gameplay. So it's basically two.
And it's like an OBS skin, right?
and
Like
then
it's
you
built
leave
over
at the
top.
bottom for chat, which is
Yeah,
like
yep,
an
yep, yep,
overlay
yeah.
on the actual app itself
Oh,
that they
sure.
use.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, okay.
Camera at the top.
Yep.
Temple run in the middle, Family Guy clips on loop at the bottom, and one of those like satisfying, gels being
Yes.
squeezed
Subway
there as
Surfers.
well.
Yes.
Subway Surfers.
Yeah,
that's
Hear
the
me
one.
out. Camera at the top.
Uh-huh.
Video game.
Okay.
16:9.
Mm-hmm.
Pantless underneath that.
So it is actually
Yeah.
broadcasting.
Yeah.
From, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I
Is that
like
what chat's going over? Yeah, they have to keep the chat up or they'll see what's under there. Keep talking.
Gus, you should tell us about why I introduced you as the carpet cleaner.
Oh, look, brief story, but basically, I have a lovely white rug in front of my television. The other night, I had time to sit down and play a game. I didn't have any extra work. I poured myself the cinema version. What do they call it? The cinema? Like, would you like the big pour? I'm like, well, yes, please. Poured myself a huge
yeah.
glass of wine. I've just had my niece and nephew with me for the whole weekend, so the house should have been a mess, but it was fine. I put the glass down.
Before he finishes the story, he didn't piss on the rug.
Yeah. No, I shat and Peter filmed it.
Going back in.
And I ran backwards. I put the glass down because I built a little sliding table in my shelf so I can put a glass there because I've got a little area that doesn't have anywhere to put a glass. So I built a little table. I put the glass down on the carpet, pulled out the table, turned. As I did, I gently knocked the glass and it did one of these ones. It went... And it was on its way back. And my brain had already overcorrected and went, no! And
And
as
you
I went
smashed
down
it.
there and it was on its way back, I just went, and I red carpeted everywhere. So I put the game on hold.
White rug. That's a bold choice
Yeah.
for anyone.
For a bachelor.
Yeah, but like,
It's a
The
cream to
Lannister
white.
says there we go.
Cream to white. It's a heavy knit. It's
yeah.
from Bunnings of all places.
Oh,
It was a good find. We are losing viewers by the second.
fancy.
But I then stopped the game and then put on like some stand-up comedy and sat there for 45 minutes and blotted out red wine for the night. So my whole night's plan has changed. And will it
my
stop?
whole night's plan changed.
I was there angrily blotting the whole.
Do you plan out an evening?
No.
Yeah.
I planned an hour or two. Like that's all I planned.
and then we'll see where the night takes us.
Hello, wine. Hello, rug. You two Mets.
Big paw.
Amazing.
So there you go. Well, I mean, we're all caught up on us. Let's catch up on some of the... Oh, sorry?
We should catch up on the next segment. A next segment that you called me out on last week.
Yeah, because you're really lazy with updating that thing. Yeah.
Well, let's watch, shall we?
Let's see a little bit of backup
What are you
then.
talking about? Oh.
There he is. And then... Oh, you killed me.
Wow.
That's rude. No.
Actually,
last week
so
was like,
yeah, I've got it. I've got the clip.
Oh, we have
we got a clip.
We have a clip. Oh, what a
A
fade.
little bit of backup. There's animation in that.
Yeah. Sometimes
nice?
we get a
It's
little
treat,
hotter in the
sometimes
studio.
it's
All right. Yeah. Surprise me more. That's all I'm saying.
Surprise you more.
But you got to do it at home.
I'm gonna fuck you up next week.
Oh, man.
Peter said.
Does this mean if any of us kind of like call you out on anything, you'll just straight murder us in pockety form the following week?
That's a possibility now. Yeah.
Does
When we're all
anybody wanna
applauding.
swap seats?
I love that we just realized we can. We don't have to play the whole clip, but we can be like, remember that time last week? Remember that time last week?
Give us a little more in the studio, man. We can't hear
Yeah,
any
we
of
can't
that.
hear any of that.
We didn't hear that video.
Remember that time last week?
Listen, Josh is as unprepared as the rest of us.
I know. Wait, one more time? Are we meant to... We're meant to recognize
It's
that?
very specific. It's
Hang on.
from something, but I don't think you'll recognize it. Chat will probably know. Hang on.
No, I was saying the fade across to us.
Backup, which is
I recognize that sound.
What's
Is it
going
not
on?
coming through?
It was now. It did now. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
right.
heard that one.
Like a twinkly sound.
Arthur, it's from
Yeah, yeah.
Arthur. Like Arthur the
Arthur
aardvark.
the
Yeah,
Arthur.
yeah.
Arthur's
yeah.
teacher trouble.
It's a no.
I fucking 100%ed that game, bro.
Saying I didn't hear that sound effect. I was just referring to the fact that the footage fades
You want to
to
be
a
able to.
flashback.
You want to be able to at any
That
moment.
was beautiful. Yeah.
Call
like,
back
again,
to
Particularly
it.
because the camera positions are so close that it was like.
Like, Josh, if we go from the wide and I say, remember that time last week, and you fade to it like this?
backup, which is good fun.
A little bit of backup.
You need to put a
animation
filter
in
over
that.
it though. We've been conditioned to believe that
Right.
something that happened in the past needs to have a filter
A
over it.
rose tint.
Yeah.
Like a sepia or like
Yeah.
a grain or
Yeah.
something that's
Even
like
like
this is-
saturation
yeah,
down
around the edges.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
willing to make a thing where we put those clips in and then we can have flashback moments during episodes.
That's what
It has to be pretty like worthy of a flashback. You can't just be
You heard
flashing
my
back
wine
to like
story.
every week we
I could hear that next week.
every week we do a flashback because the top of the show is a cut from last week's
That's
episode.
true.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. We are too meta
There's
as a
a
show.
good- there's a
We
good
have
point.
people at the
Yeah.
end of the show make memes about the show we just did. So I think we're too
They're
far
making the
up our own
memes
arse
now.
at this point. Yeah, that's true.
Did you ever see that Conan O'Brien thing that he did whenever he needed to do like a weird cutaway? He had like a handle and it's like, it's time to do a cutaway. And then he pulled the handle and it did that thing. And it was like Walker, Texas Ranger clips. And it was like the most random stuff. So it's Chuck Norris kicking like a kid off a building and then it cuts back to him and it's like, pulls it again.
Do you
I
reckon-
think he should have a lever.
Is he just
Maybe.
doing that and poster just
Yeah,
playing
poster
whatever
just, like,
clip they
piping it
want?
in.
We
Yeah,
could
yeah.
replace this with a lever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could give Josh and Will a series of. They
Levers.
can come up with this. No, they don't have the levers. They come
Okay.
up with the clips.
There's so many
Sure.
possibilities for. I've never explored any like fun stream stuff or cutaways or things because
We've never had fun on this show.
no, I mean on my own stream.
Oh, okay.
Because I find that just having the most basic bitch stream ever is hard enough for me to like keep stable. I'm scared to introduce anything else.
Yeah.
Next week.
What's your favorite thing that you kind of do that's like a regular thing for your chat that they're just like, oh, this is the thing that Reaps always does.
Oh, I always abuse them. Like when they come in, I just, I shut them down.
I should try it. I should try it.
Yeah, you should
But they know that when they come
Interactivity.
in.
nag them all.
Do you have like assets and stuff that you use that
Yeah,
like
oh, definitely. Like I do like a jump scare cam, which is my usual one. So I do
Yep.
the close up black and white filter, and
Yeah,
then that
yeah.
scare sound. So
Yeah,
it's really
yeah.
loud through the headphones.
And you have it. I think we might have talked about this last time. You have a dump button, so you can beep yourself.
Yes.
But
Oh,
is
yeah,
that-
yeah.
Is that on a pedal?
there's a few streamers who do that.
Yeah.
Geef does
And
that as
you
well.
nail it every time. Like you even get the F and the K on the word, so you know the word, but you
Do you
just
want to give it a go
perfectly-
now?
Yeah, should we try?
Yeah, look, we've got a dump button. So if you wanna
Abuse
say,
me.
Yo, Pete.
Yeah.
What the are you? Oh, that was good. That was so good. There it is. That was
Although you
amazing.
softly rolled into the.
Yeah, I did. I was, you got to.
That's so nice. And you were like, we had eye contact, and then as soon as you started to like actually abuse me, you were like, you looked
I got the vapors
I don't wanna be
at
mad.
the last moment.
It's aggressive. It's
Josh,
aggressive.
is that a
This is an
certain amount of
aggressive
time, or can that hold for longer?
No, I can hold it for as long as I fucking need to. I really fucking hate you guys. Fucking.
The lip readers are going to go crazy.
I loved it because it's from Arrested Development. Because you know when you swear, it's kind of like it is what people hear swearing every day.
Oh, sure,
but when
yeah.
it goes the beeping and then
Yeah.
the beepering, you
Yeah.
can just you fill in the gaps yourself, and I just
Yes.
find that very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Josh, the whole time.
Love how it didn't actually mute.
What did you say?
We've been cancelled.
No. I didn't say anything that
He
bad.
didn't say anything.
I keep forgetting that my mic
funny.
It's separate.
my mic's it's so that I can't hear myself in my ears.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
only hear the rest of the show. It's a mix minus, so that's really funny.
But
I'm
Josh,
gonna
if I
edit
was to
that
get-
shortcut. I can fix it.
But if I was to get angry at you, Josh, I can say for doing that, you are the biggest piece of and so cook the for about 3 minutes, and then you take the macaroni cheese and you come back and you make sure it's cooked enough.
Reconstitute the butter. Gus, take us away on a little bit of backup, please.
I totally should. It's about news. We should talk about the news. And the latest news is...
It's brought to us by...
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, the news itself is brought to us by EvilSpyBoy. Ooh, I love that one.
That was good.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
That's the, like, isn't that just any anime face kind of happy?
It's like an anime wow sound.
Anime
okay.
wow. EvilSpyBoy, thank you for sponsoring a little bit of backup. EvilSpyBoy is very generous and gets out there and donates at foodbank.org.au, and you can do the same. You can head to that website and you can put a donation in there and help out many Australians who need a charitable food donation or a drink or a beverage that didn't explode. Well done, Steph.
No one can hear it. It's off
No
mic.
one can
Very
hear it.
subtle.
Be like EvilSpyBoy and bring some generosity to Food Bank Australia. Thank you, EvilSpyBoy, for sponsoring a little bit of backup. And this week, the news is that Charles Martinet, the man himself, the voice, it's a him, Mario, has stepped down or is being told to step down.
stepped down.
From the voice of Mario. Famously, he's voiced this character for many years, since Mario 64, which is the first time he had a voice. And he's been doing the tours. He's been adding his little woohoos and all the other characters he does. But Nintendo have officially come out and said that he's now going to serve as a Mario ambassador. So they're looking at replacing the voice of Mario. He will take this new role. He will still be, I think, out there pushing the Nintendo messaging and, my God, doing his little spiel. Because for anyone who's met the man, the wonderful man, he knows how to spiel. He has his little run of all the character voices he does. I've met him and interviewed him once, and it was terrifying.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah.
He's like a soundboard. Like you go
And
to,
he has to be.
totally.
Yeah.
But it's like he's been doing it for so long and he knows what people want to hear. So you'd be like, "Oh my God, are you happy to be here?" And he's like, "Wahoo, woo, wah!" And you're just like, okay.
Yeah. You're right. It's the people who say, do the voice. He does all the voices. But it's
Yeah.
the people who go, what's it
You
like
can
being at this
ask him a
convention?
genuine question
He'll
and
give
he'll
you
just-
that same
Yeah.
soundbite back. I
Yeah,
think,
yeah.
Josh,
He's a
potentially if we
machine.
can hear the audio, I've run a little clip here just to give everyone the idea of the...
Sorry, I don't have it. What did you
it's
say?
in-
He's like, "That's not
it's
gonna
in the
happen."
folder, but I'll
Okay.
keep talking in the meantime.
cool.
So this does raise the question of why has he been asked to move on? He's polite. There's been an agreement, a polite handshake between Nintendo, Big Ninty and him.
A lot
But
of gold coins.
we're looking at things like the movies come out. Chris Pratt voiced him.
Yeah.
It got a lot of flack in the lead up, but people came out of it saying it was pretty good. They're going to make more of those movies because that thing earned them a lot of coin.
Yeah.
Coin sound effect. Thank you.
And then you think future video games might have a Chris Pratt in there or something?
Look, I think everyone has thought that's not going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
everyone's hoping that doesn't happen. So then the other question is this happening because he can't do that voice forever?
No.
Yeah, I guess they're just trying to like control it at a time when they can and also be able to sort of utilize him in a different role while kind of preparing for the future. Because I guess like if they're halfway through doing a game or something like that and he like passed away or, you know, it's such a massive character for such a massive franchise, then they're kind of then in a situation that they need to kind of recover from. Whereas I suppose anticipating the fact that he can't do it forever.
They must have everything they need by now. And not for like AI building, but, you know, it's a limited voice.
Yeah.
Well, I was actually going to say, and Chat's pointed it out, they have already kind of recast the voice in some instances with Wario and Mario and stuff. And it's good that they've done that as like closer as far away from the Martinet voice as those recasts are compared to what Disney do, which is like, oh, we've just synthesized Mark Hamill's voice 30 years younger. And it's like, that's the most uncreative, unartistic choice.
Yeah.
It's just, you got a computer to do it. It's
Yeah.
like, I don't think Nintendo would go that direction. I
hope
think
not.
they, like, for all of Nintendo's kind of like, ivory tower nonsense, and kind of legal kind of standpoint, I do think that they internally have some really creative teams, and they elevate the creativity of their team. So I don't think that they would look to do.
Well, apparently it's been
AI
recast
replacement.
for Wonder already, for Super Mario Wonder. There's that's already that's the next property. And then I'm sure they're going to keep the games and the movies separate. I really hope they do.
Mario, hoo-hoo, and Luigi too, ho-ho, and Wario, have a rotten day. Yahoo, and well, Luigi, and baby Luigi, and baby Mario, let's go, yahoo!
And that's a short one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a talented guy, and they're all variations on that one voice. He just has to keep
You know what
coming
that
up with them.
reminds me of? It reminds me because I was talking to people about, when those NPC TikTok character things came out and people were just like saying the same stuff over it. And I was like, I was like, it's just like maddening. But then I guess it is potentially less exhausting to just kind of be a robot and repeat the same words over and over than having conversations with everyone.
Yeah.
If he's having to have a unique conversation with everyone he meets at those conventions, like his brain would just be fried. It must be easier for him to do that. It's like with the Queen never says hello or goodbye. Did you hear that?
No.
In her life, well, not in her life.
I was going to say, she's not doing that anymore.
As a public figure, she never says hello or goodbye to anyone she meets. Because that's just adding filler words to her experience.
Limited amount that she has with each person.
And so she's like, and then she'd just be saying hello and goodbye all day for every interaction she has.
Yeah.
She
True,
never
because
says
she'd
that.
do the line out the front, hello, goodbye, and just be like, just say, that's a lovely hat.
Yeah,
Thanks for the flowers.
exactly.
That's a lovely hat.
That's
like a system that was Baby Mario.
Well, yeah, and then I guess it does raise, as you said, we've done some conventions and stuff. You can tire out quickly. He is also a wonderful guy. He is very giving with his time every time. I've met him, every person who's done interviews since this story's come out and said, like, he is such a delightful person. And the fact that he's had this energy and he loves these characters and that he hasn't been bitter about it and that he's gone to everything with that energy, I think is actually really lovely. So, I think wish him all the best. I just think, like, he fell into this role as a voice actor who was doing voices for commercials like back in the day and then found this role. And I think it's just like,
It's like, it's the ideal job, really. Like, what an awesome life he must have had. And he's not dead.
Imagine him on a plane entering any other country and they get that thing. You get your immigration form.
What's
and
your
you have
job?
To fill out your job, and he just writes voice of Mario.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't. He'd go, I'm a Mario. I'm also Baby Mario. I'm also Luigi.
Yeah.
Let's get picking last. Oh. And he's got every catchphrase for them. So.
Like an iconic character that lives forever, and you get to kind of live that life.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing.
Also, doing the rounds, doing the conventions and stuff. Like, he'll keep doing that.
Oh, he's going to make bank. And I was wondering, like, you know how, like, Joker, when you play Joker, it's such a big thing. It's like, here's Jack Nicholson's Joker. Here's, Ledger's Joker. Leto's Joker. I wonder if there's, like, a voice actor out there who's like, I'm going to put my spin on Mario and do it like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, will it always be that
Christian
high
Bale's
voice?
Mario.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
And then he was also the voice of Mario's. He was also the voice of Mario's dad in the movie. So in that scene at the top of the movie where Mario's in the like restaurant or the pizzeria, there's the old Italian guy who's Mario's dad, or maybe it was in the house when they go back. But that's Charles Martinet doing that voice. So they found a way to put him in there that was really nice as well. So
It's
Mark Hamill. Yeah.
interesting too, because like I feel like a few of the voice actors in Destiny have been replaced. Gina Torres was the voice of Ikora, and they replaced her with, I don't know if they just couldn't afford her anymore or what the deal was, but they replaced her with someone who just sounds exactly like her. Like, it's incredible.
Yeah.
And there's a new voice actor taking over for Lance Reddick as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like I definitely heard Lance Reddick in the showcase the other night, but there was like a couple of lines in there that I was like, that feels like an insert from someone else.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so it's like, that must be such a tough job to come in after someone and have to kind of mimic their sound.
Yeah.
And that be your kind of like big job to sound like someone else.
Do you remember, was it Bayonetta where Jennifer Hale
she became the voice.
of Bayonetta?
Yeah.
That was
But
that big
there
back.
was a bit of back and forth there.
Cluster, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
To be fair, we've all surprised ourselves with the Mario sound effect that we've done and gone, that's pretty good. And not to belittle what he's made. He's created a voice or a tone that everyone can kind of give it a
He's
shot.
the grandfather of that racial stereotype.
He is. If you watch the initial interviews where he says he goes in and he rambled for the audition and he keeps going, he's like, let's make a bigger pizza pie. Oh, I'm so sleepy. And it's like, he's
That was
not
really
doing...
good.
You should
Holy shit.
Why are you here?
Are we in the
I
presence of the
usually
new
say
Mario?
that about myself. I'm not used to getting it from you guys. So yeah, I should be the next Mario. Thank you so much. That's a little bit of backup. Let's move on with a little bit of gameplay in a segment we call "What Have We Been Playing?" It's not called that. What we've all been playing.
Nicrotex?
Sure is.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Twitter.com.
Yeah.
Redirect to x.com.
Is this me doing the other stuff also?
Yeah.
Welcome to What We've Been Playing. This is a cool segment where we talk about what we've been playing this week, all the different games that we have enjoyed. This segment is sponsored by Nicrotex. Yeah!
I love that one.
Nicrotex has helped me redo my whole stream setup.
But have you added
Nicrotex,
any?
quickly paste a tweet in the chat.
No, I've got it.
Okay.
He has helped you, or he's going to.
No, he has.
But you've got to add some of these crazy things we talked about at the top of the show.
Oh, no, I know, but like starting like, listen, I want to like just
Base
get the
level.
Yeah, but every
base
time a
level,
sub
base
comes
level.
in, a little dog comes in and takes a shit backwards. Stuff like that.
I bought some stuff. I feel like I'm going to return it, but I bought one of those pedals.
Yeah. Oh, I don't use a pedal.
You don't
I
use
mean,
a pedal?
I've got a producer called Francois who's off screen, and
Yeah.
I go, now.
Whoa.
And it beeps it, yeah.
I need a Francois.
How does that work?
He knows. I'm on a
Francois
7-second
knows.
delay. Yeah, they
Yeah.
know.
I don't know what to believe anymore.
Will you be my Francois?
No.
Damn it. You've been playing Halo.
It sounds like a sexy French roll, and then it's like press the buttons and sit in the corner.
Well, I mean, as Lord Chad points out, Miss Molly Makes uses one of the Elgato pedals, and that's like the ultimate reason. Your hands are covered in stuff when
Yep,
you're cooking.
that's true.
Yeah.
So the pedal's perfect for that.
Oh,
situation.
yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's brilliant for that.
Yeah. Sometimes my feet don't touch the ground though because they swing on them.
Like right now.
She'd be like, "Oh, you big fuck."
Every week we read out one of Nicrotex tweets to celebrate him as one of our beloved Patreon supporters. This tweet from him 3 days ago, I particularly connected with. He says, I hear the ability to fold a fitted sheet is a desirable trait. Well, I'll have you know I am also an artiste. When I fold a fitted sheet, it is a very unique ball shape that is different every time. A special, once-in-a-lifetime arrangement. Please, don't all date me at once. Can you fold a fitted sheet?
Next.
Can you?
You can start folding a fitted sheet, and then it very quickly turns into the ball at the end. It's like you can get those first folds. People are like, oh, it doesn't work. It's like it still makes a flat shape. If you lie it with the elastic up and you fold those elastic bits in, it still creates a shape that can then be folded.
That is rectangular, yeah.
That is rectangular. But by the last couple, it all starts trying.
Yeah. I feel like you always go into it being like, oh, this isn't so hard. And then something happens like 3/4 of the way through.
You realize you're doing it by
The
yourself.
first half looks great. Like you
Yeah.
pinch the corners, and then you fold it like that, and then it's that initial
It's the next
continuing
fold.
the fold over. You're
Fold
like,
two.
what happened here?
And I love how it's like everyone's like, oh, there's a way to do this. We all just collectively don't know it.
Yeah.
But I replied to this tweet because I was like, I'm a big Marie Kondo fan.
Yeah.
And I was like, surely she has a way. And I saw a television spot of her on like Good Morning America or something like that. And they were like, coming up after the break, Marie Kondo finally going to show us how to fold a fitted sheet. And I was like, fuck yes.
Did she just throw it out? She does that.
No,
She does.
They
Because
came
it
back
doesn't spark
because
joy,
she does,
so you throw it
because
out.
she does these cute little parcels.
Sleep on the
like-
floor, you capitalist pig.
I've done it on the show, I think. I've done her like t-shirt folding method. She's got
Yeah.
like a fancy way
Yeah,
of
she
folding
does
everything.
fold
It's
shirts
amazing.
well.
So she does it and she's like, all right, like we're back. Like Marie Kondo finally fitted sheet. She's like, yep, are you ready? And they're like, yes. And she puts the sheet out and she literally just like rolls it into like a roll thing. And then it's just like that. And they were all like, oh, great.
You hear the line
folded.
producer at the back and like, fuck's sake. I was
Yeah,
meant to
like
kill
and she was like totally unironically like you're welcome. Like everyone can go home and do it like this now. It was just
That's amazing.
insane. Yeah.
My only quick addition to that is the power game that is folding a traditional sheet when you've got someone else and you're doing the one off the line and you both fold and you turn it that way. There's like this unspoken, hugely unspoken,
power game.
I haven't got to it yet, where it's like, oh, we're going this way, it's that way, we fold again, it's this way, it's that way, and it's the walk forward and they're like, who's going to drop? Because you walk forward and then you both join and then one of you goes,
Oh, yeah.
and down I go. And then it's
That
like,
it, yeah.
who's going the halfway down?
Yeah, I thought it was like who lets go or who takes.
It's
Well, it's who comes in with the clamp over the top.
the real game.
I got this. Get down there.
The real game is who lets go first and then walks away to the next thing.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's
Always
you.
me.
Yeah. And when we do the Doona and stuff, it's like
a
we
top
can
or a
shake
drop.
hard enough to knock the other person off.
You would
Yeah,
top
I'm
or a
gonna
drop.
You would
You would top or a bottom
dropper.
sheet. Who knows?
That's so funny.
All right, we should move on.
Yeah, what we've been playing. We're gonna start with you.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Immortals of Avium. Let's start
Ooh.
with that.
Pewy fingers.
Pewy hands
Pew hands.
with gauntlet.
Oh.
Tell
me
if
more.
we're going to be. if
Did
we're
you
gonna
say
be detailed.
Avium?
Aveum. Avium.
Aviam.
Avium. Immortals of Avium.
What's the
is
etymology
a-
of that? Is that bird related?
I don't know, mate.
Yes, we got to get the game out.
Yeah.
Then we got
Sorry.
to the title.
So this is a game developed. It's published by EA. It is developed by some old, some industry veterans. So it's the first game that Ascendant Studios have made. They formed 5 years ago and started this and started working on this. It's in Unreal Engine 5 and is kind of being put on a pedestal as the first, other than Fortnite, big IP attached to Unreal 5.1 to come out. And it is basically a really heavy story-driven narrative shooter. But instead of shooting guns, you are a magic wielder. And it is a first-person shooter in all of the classic play style aspects. But there is way more story interaction, narrative interaction than I thought there would be. Right from the start, you're meeting some characters. Your character is called Jack and is about as generic as the name Jack. He's like
Apologies to Jax
pretty
in the
standard white
chat.
dude. If you're a Jack in chat, sucks to be you. The game is beautiful. And right here, you get a choice to lie to a child
We're chatting.
in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Beautiful.
Jack with the fingers, oi. Sorry, Jack. This is right at the start of the game. You are introduced to kind of this suite of characters in the world, and there's some clever direction in it as well. This is a fantasy game, and it is a really generic high fantasy.
I mean, the title
world.
alone kind of
Exactly.
says
It
that
does,
for
it's all it's all kind of meaningless. The meaning is imbued by all of the fantasy that we've consumed for the last 40 years, as opposed to it having its own strong identity. But it is there was a battle, and there's baddies, and there's goodies, and there are immortals who are magic wielders.
Reminds me of a Netflix adaptation of a YA novel.
It's a CW.
Yeah,
it is
CW.
It is a CW
Yeah.
fantasy adaptation.
Is he a chosen one?
Instruments of immortal bones.
He is a chosen one in the sense that he's street urchin, and he's a street urchin. That's a bit weird, and that sticks around until you get the gauntlet, and then it kind of makes sense that you're holding your arm out.
Yeah,
Right.
before that.
Yeah,
Before
I was
that's he still has magic.
Yeah.
But yes, you've discovered that you are important because there are 3 distinct types of magic in the world, and they are blue, red, and green. and the immortals become masters, are typically masters of one and can't wield any other magic. But you're a trifecta magician.
Are they called something?
Yeah, they're called try something.
No, but is the red, blue, and green called something?
I
Just
don't
fancy that-
know.
Yeah, right. Okay.
One red is angry power,
Sure,
and
yeah.
blue is shieldy power, and green is healy, but life and death power.
Yeah, okay.
Again, there's not a new idea in this, but it is really well presented. You are surrounded by characters that are way more interesting than Jack, which is important. Jack is snarky, but he's also not unlikable. A lot of the time you end up with these kind of snarky teenage boy characters that are a little bit they're played as kind of angsty and snarky and annoying, and they just feel like that. So you're like, why did you make this choice? But he is likable, but everyone else around him is better. Gina Torres, speaking of Gina Torres from Destiny, she is she's kind of the hero character of this game. She's your mentor, and she is fantastic. The performance is amazing. The writing is pretty good, and you're kind of getting pulled through missions of pretty linear missions of 25 to 45 minutes. It's being touted as like a COD game. I think I mentioned that.
Is it?
And it plays like that. It is levels and set pieces.
Okay.
And then, but instead of COD kind of just being level to level, there are bigger beats, downbeats in this that kind of set up the fantasy in the world. I'm only a few hours in. I'm end of chapter 5 or 6. I've just kind of done my trials to become a full immortal. And I really dig the story so far, and the gameplay stands out. It is solid. It's effectively, there's so many spells. The thing that it does that I don't like is that there's probably too much in the game, and I'd prefer it to be a little more simple, but it starts simple and then gets more dense, and you don't have to delve into how dense it is. You could still just play the way you want to. You've kind of got a rifle, a shotgun, and an SMG, and they're built into the blue, red, and green.
Sure.
And so as you kind of see how it is a reskinned shooter, it still plays like a shooter, and it feels really good when
And your
mouse
shooter
keyboard.
brain knows what it's doing, just with a different kind of like coat of paint.
And then you get supers and specials and keys 1 through 8 cast spells and like bigger spells. So it's quite an interesting dynamic combat when shielded enemies come out and you're going to try and, in a Destiny kind of sense, use the colored magic to break that type of shield. And there's stronger enemies that you might want to cast a knockdown spell on or a slow spell. So it's getting more and more dense as I progress through the game. And in a way, there's really fun with its traversal and its combat that makes it, a really kind of smooth experience.
I wonder what it's rated. Like, I feel like a challenge for game developers, or is that there is a specific joy that comes from aiming a reticle at a target and shooting. But kids want to get into shooters way earlier than they should, and obviously, when you try to make something that appeals to kids that isn't the thing that they want to make, then they don't want to play that. But is there a world in which this kind of genre becomes, I guess, cool enough for younger kids to be able to sort of enjoy that mechanic without it being like a formal shooter?
Yeah, I think
Yes, probably not. It's like Americans. It's like
Yeah.
but
gun
I know
culture
exactly
is
what
a
you
thing,
mean.
Yeah.
Josh, if you just jump like another hour into the game, you get past you kind of just here's skill tree stuff. And,
Christ.
This is where for me it's like I don't really want to spend my time playing this much of an RPG, and it's still quite light. It's like percentages of critical hit damage bonus and that kind of thing. And as you can see, it is all like in its design really generic, but Unreal Engine 5 means that there's so much detail and particle effect and craziness going on. I personally don't think it's the most beautiful thing I've played. I think it is fantastic looking.
Is it suffering
at its
from
best.
knack syndrome, which is it's going haywire with the particles, and if you're enjoying that, you're looking past what is a pretty generic game to be like, whoa, look how much is happening. And it's
Yeah.
like, but knack's not very good. But it's like, but it did have a lot of stuff happening.
It was like a showcase, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like I haven't heard anything about this. Like, the marketing around it seems like it's been really under the radar.
Yeah,
Next
I'm
to
the
nothing.
same. I've never.
Yeah. And it's a EA published, quite high profile, and there's not been a lot of marketing behind it. It's getting mixed reviews, and I've seen a lot of comments. And I actually had, before the game launched, I was playing it a couple of days before it came out, and I couldn't get it to run on my PC. It was just not working.
Yeah, right.
It didn't matter what I put the settings to; it just couldn't run the game. And I wasn't using bad hardware. I was like, on a decent machine, and it couldn't run it. And since it launched, there was a patch, and I think that's tidied things up. But I know it's mixed on Steam at the moment.
Yeah, right.
And I've seen some really high scores for it. I think it deserves a high score if it's playing well for someone, because it really is an experience that kind of just is drip feeding cool new gameplay mechanics. Has a great cast and some interesting stories and a lot of fun in its world as well. So it really just pulls you through to the next thing.
This area that you're in now, is this like you've been sucked into a portal outside space-time because you need to achieve something, or is this a tutorial?
This is an another realm, and it's being used to train you to be an immortal.
Right. So the whole
Yeah.
game isn't this
This
kind
is
of
like a
style. There
magical
are bigger
training
set
system.
pieces
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
that.
you jump back half an hour then, Josh, and
Fair
you can see the fantasy world. The map. Yeah.
I was going to say this. The only thing it does not remind me of directly, but I really got a kick out of Ghostwire Tokyo having the combat be all hand and gesture based in that game as well, and it genuinely felt like a new experience to not be running around with guns shooting them and to be wielding. And I think the animation in that was a little cooler than this kind of just firing through a gauntlet. But I get what this has to be that. It also then feels like a VR game not in VR now. It's like, a hand blasty game, but we're not doing VR.
Yeah,
And I was like,
yeah.
probably makes sense for a game this frenetic and fast.
Yeah.
So
It does feel like there should be more hand stuff happening. I know what you mean.
I like the gauntlet design, that like kind of like it's
Yeah.
shifting into all the
But
sort
it does like you could put a gun there and it would be the same.
They'll mod that. They'll mod
put a
that
gun
in.
there.
Yeah.
Or like, it's not so dissimilar from a gun game, but an alien gun game, and the gun mutates or whatever. Like, it's not doing anything particularly new, but it's packaged really well, and
They just forgot to market it.
it's not going to be anyone's game of the they forgot to market it. It's not going to be anyone's game of the year, and I don't know that it's a story that deserves a sequel, or it's not the next Halo.
Peter,
where
I've
people
already
go,
forgotten what it's called.
Exactly.
And it's on the screen for me to read.
That's what
Exactly.
it is. It does. It looks like a hand on the end of a broomstick, and it's like in reality, if you held your hand out there for that long,
Try doing it for 5 minutes. Like,
oh my gosh,
five-
yeah. I want to see this stuff.
yeah.
You know.
Well, that was what, Ghostwire was like pulling strands
that's
and
cool.
flicking and all that.
But I guess that'd be quite distracting if this becomes more of a formal shooter.
I'm also
but,
seeing
I don't know.
just
Totally.
enough in the armor design and fantasy world design of that game I hated that was cancelled before release. That was called.
Yes.
Called.
The Gearbox thing.
That was called. Chats.
Again, we've all forgotten that as well.
More of a
The Elder Scrolls Skyrim.
The scale, no, not
It wasn't
Scalebound.
Scalebound.
Cancelled before release because it was all
Cancelled before
shiny,
release.
pointy armor,
It was
and it was
called-
just crap, and it was called.
Doesn't matter.
Josh, clip, feedback.
Godfall.
Godfall.
Louis, thank you.
Godfall, thank you so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of that vibes.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Unreal 5 looks good though, doesn't it?
Does
Yeah.
look pretty.
It does
Yeah.
look nice.
Yeah. The game looks really good.
Cool.
By the way, Steph,
who-
Avium is originally from Latin, signifying age or everlasting time.
Everlasting time.
Mm.
But is it spelled AEVUM or AV?
No, AVEUM.
EUM.
Avium?
Yeah.
Immortals of Aveum, so it just means Immortals of Immortality.
Oh my god.
Maybe
I hate
not.
game
Immortals
titles.
Maybe
of
I've
all
got that
time.
wrong.
The Immortals.
The Immortals of all
This
time.
is gonna round nicely. Can I segue into mine?
Please.
Essentially, because I have a game that I have to keep looking at the title because I keep forgetting the title of
Okay.
the game
That's
That
that's
good?
Peter's thing.
that I checked out.
Yeah.
Because I played a game this week that I loved, and it was called Shadow Gambit: The Cursed Crew. I remember the Cursed Crew bit, but I always forget Shadow Gambit up the top. I checked out this game, which is a real-time tactics game that is a fantastic premise. This game is, think Commandos, Desperado, Shadow Tactics, top-down isometric, real-time movie characters around stealth tactics game, where you take control of a undead crew of pirates who are going on missions to reclaim relics that are being guarded by cultists, or occultists, I should say, and you have to basically navigate these little... This trailer is fantastic. Navigate these little set pieces and not be spotted as a stealth game while using all these fantastic, really creative powers as this really awesome animated bunch of swashbuckling ghosts that all have funny little backstories and awesome abilities and powers. It's the weirdest video game combination of stuff ever, but essentially it's a tactics game where you really need to be like planning out your moves in real time with the potential to pause and slow down time. But it is, if you do remember, as I said, the Commandos series was one way back.
Yeah.
That was like you'd point and click your commandos around, and they'd be, you know, grabbing guys and pulling them into the bushes and shooting them with silenced pistols. Then there was the Desperado series. It's by a studio called Me, who did...
Got a meme.
I have to remember their name as well,
It's a great
Peter.
name for a studio. Me.
They're called Me Games, and they did the Shadow Tactics game, which was the same kind of vein of this, but it was done with, I think, like ninjas, and then there was... Desperados 3. But essentially, It is a real-time tactics game, and it's fantastic. I'm working out where to start, but it is really, really cool. Steph, you would love this game.
Chilbo says, love this game. I've liked it better than anything else I've played this year.
It is a real surprise.
I love the art style. It looks gorgeous.
Well, look, it's got your Sea of Thieves kind of hyper-stylized pirate life vibes.
Isometric.
But then the creativity they've come up with by making it essentially a cast of heroes or a cast of characters. You start with this first hero, and the art is that she's got one undead arm and a sword that she sheaths through her chest permanently. That's how she died. There's a character who was like drowned with a cannon tied to her back. So her ability is she runs around with this huge cannon. She can throw enemies into it and fire them off into other ones. There's an old drowned man who can make little portals underwater into the ground and pop up and use fish to pop up to distract guards.
That's cool.
There's a skeleton. He's like the Japanese sushi chef of the ship who's like really into all the sort of Japanese fighting styles. They've all got amazing voice actors. You find them one by one by unlocking a cursed ship who sends you out on the missions. So you have a base of operations that you recruit all these ghosts to, and then you set off on your missions by picking it, choosing your crew, and then landing on these maps. And the maps themselves, this is just really early on, so Josh, if you wouldn't mind skipping quite far ahead, the maps themselves are little sort of dioramas where you've got multiple points of attack. There's no real one sort of streamlined way to get through your objectives, and you will actually open up more exits back to your ship or places you can revisit this island when there are new objectives there. So it's kind of like mini sandbox islands, which again works perfectly for a pirate game.
And so it's turn-based combat?
No, so that's the thing. It's real time. That was what Commandos was. That's what the Desperados series are. Everything is happening in real time, and you can quite quickly have to basically grab a hero, send them into attack, look at the cone of vision that your enemies have, quickly grab your other hero, send them around while they're being distracted. That said, you do have the ability to pause. You can then queue up a bunch of moves, and then you can engage those moves to happen. Cool. You still need to get the timing right, though. You've got patrolling guards where you can see here, you right-click on a guard, and you'll see their cone of vision. Part of it
doesn't like negate the enemy turn kind of happening, and it's
not at all.
Sequence.
No.
Yeah.
That leads to a lot of fail states, but coming off Baldur's Gate, this game has created the save feature almost like it's a narrative feature. So the ship will constantly remind you by ringing this bell to be like, now is the time to capture the memory. And she's saying, basically, hit F5 and you'll do a quick little save. And then when you scum save back. Well, that's what they are. They're little memory spheres that when you quick load, that sphere cracks open and re-emerges back to where you were. So it's the game's way of trying to encourage you to quick save as much as possible, or before you try your little move. It fails, you roll back, you scum save, you try again. Because failure can be the difference just between an enemy guard turning left to head back on his patrol, but turning right. So it can be really frustrating. But
if you queue up a bunch of actions, can you cancel out halfway through that, or do you have to watch them play out?
No. What you can do is when you queue up one hero with their moves, so say for instance, the first character has a dash attack. So you'd pause the game, you'd click on her, you'd click on the enemy, and it would say, great, do you want to execute that now, or do you want to go back into real time and queue up another attack? And so you go back into real time, you queue up another hero's attack, and then it'll go, do you want to execute now or go back in again? So it's control heavy, I guess, is a way to say, like, there's a lot to manage in terms of what you need to be doing in terms of their abilities, their cooldowns, which one you're using. I've made many mistakes of being like, now click to attack, and you just miss the enemy you're attacking, and they'll just walk up next to them and be like, what's going on? Everyone gets alerted. You're like, oh, fuck, F5.
I can just imagine myself playing this game and queuing up a bunch of very poor decisions, and the game being like, now is the time to preserve the memory?
Well, then you don't want to then accidentally...
Maybe I'd preserve the memory about now.
Would you like to alt F4?
But I forgot how much I played games in this kind of genre years ago, like back at school, and I forgot how much fun they are in terms of sort of managing stealth from a little party of heroes that are moving through a map, that then at the end of the mission, there's this fantastic feature where it shows you a little top-down version of the map and it replays your mission, and you watch the little guidelines of where everyone went and who attacked when and how it all played out.
I was going to ask, I haven't seen any footage of like the party together. It's mostly you're separated, and trying to accomplish multiple things at the same time
Kind
with
of,
different
yeah.
people?
For instance, here you've got two of the heroes, which you can see the icons on the far left, but you can't really control them both to do an action together. You can highlight them and you can get them to move together, but often what you're doing is putting them in a hiding spot. So you're putting them in some bushes near some guards. You're setting up your next character somewhere else, and then you might coordinate a bit of a pincer move or something like that. But you can never really be like controlling them controlling multiple characters at once. Hence, that's why the pause is there, so you can kind of party manage. You, I think, play with up to, potentially a party of 4. I'm only up to the 3rd one I've added at the moment, but the game's very slowly opening up. There is a demo as well, if you want to check it out, that's like quite substantial, that's worth checking out. I bought the full game and I'm still playing it. But yeah, it's just, it's great. And coming off Baldur's Gate, which has that kind of mix between real time, but also goes into turn-based.
Turn-based, yeah.
And which we'll talk about in a few weeks. I get quite confused occasionally of what's turn-based and what's not when I've got that enabled.
Yeah.
Here, I find being real time and then having the ability to pause and queue some stuff up and then go back into real time, it's less forgiving, but it's more fun. There's more chaos. There's more chance of things going wrong. Hence, capture the memory. But at the end of the day, I would just say this is such a cool blending of genre with a cool setting, with a twist on that setting, with some really awesome character and art design and some great voice acting. And it's just fun to be going back to your pirate ship to recruit weird ghosts to go on these missions that when you select your party of ghosts, it does like a pirate theme kind of dun-dun-dun-dun, and they cut the ship down.
I was just about to say, is there a good piratey sea shanty
The music's
soundtrack?
fantastic, but then when you pick that crew, there's a little cutscene of the rope gets cut, they drop down and zoom, off they go to their mission. You're like, all right, here we go. I feel like I've got this. So yeah,
awesome.
it's really cool. And I did not see this coming. It's getting really positive reviews. And I think if you played a game in this genre back in the day and thought, I remember games like this, it's really fun to get back into. So
It looks great.
check out.
It's on the screen.
Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew. It's a great game.
Nice.
I would have called it something else.
I would too. I think you really
But Shadow
like this.
Gambit exists, right? And the Cursed Crew is a...
Right.
Shadow
okay,
Tactics was their other one.
Okay.
So I think maybe it's the developers' way of kind of
to the
keeping them
franchise.
tied to
Universe
each other.
that we have.
in their sort of
Shadowverse.
tactics universe of that kind of series. So yeah, really, really fun game.
Nice. Reeps, what have you been playing?
I have been playing a game that I know the name of, which is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
That's an easy one.
Yeah. So I believe it came out this week or a few days ago, 5 days, something like that.
Yeah, it was pretty recent.
Yeah, so it's kind of like when you think of it, I think a lot of people are going to see this and go, oh, it's just a DBD. And in a way, kind of is. But there are 4 survivors, or as they say, victims, which is always lovely if you're a victim, and 3 killers. So it's actually the family. They're known as the family in this, the killers. And obviously you've got Leatherface, and you've got different characters throughout the kind of early Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. So you've got like the cook, you've got like the hitchhiker, and they all have their own unique
You have
abilities.
Jessica Biel and My Sexual Awakening.
You've got the reboot.
Okay, cool.
For sure. And it was the sexual awakening for many people. So,
Like camera noise. Oh my god.
Oh my. So if you are Leatherface, they usually start you off in the basement, and that's where all the victims start off. So you kind of start, like if you're a victim, you're hung up and you've got to slowly make your way out of the shackles so they don't hear you. So it's all kind of like you want to be as silent as you can. And when you're Leatherface, you don't know what room they start off in. So you're running around like crazy trying to make sure that all this crap is out of the way so you got like a good stream. And as you can see on screen, you can feed
This needs
Grandpa.
I've seen this on Twitter. This needs context because I don't know what the fuck that is.
Yeah, so one of the mechanics of this is that you can collect blood to feed Grandpa, and Grandpa is like a NPC, but he helps the killers. So he will like do a scream like, I'm an old man, right? And then it like leaves this echo out. And if you move while he's screaming, the killers can
what
see
that
an
is.
outline. So the more blood you feed him, the more powerful he becomes, the more the echo happens.
And
It's
is
like
that,
a bat.
is that happening with the other 2 family members while this is happening?
So when I play the other 2 family members, you start off outside, and it's kind of like a big thing to get to where the basement is. This is the big problem I had with the game. The tutorial itself is a video, and it's a long video. So you're literally just sitting there that you can't really play. You're just kind of like, this is how you do this and that. And I was like,
It's not like real-time teaching you the mechanics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I couldn't be asked. So I literally just said, skip the tutorial, let's go straight in. big mistake, huge. I had no idea what I was doing. And it is very much like each victim also has their own abilities. So I think one's really good with, you see that blue door there that he's running past? That's how they get out to try and escape. So you can pick locks. There's 4 different exits, I believe, for the victims. I don't know half of them. I just know there's one upstairs and one downstairs.
Is there a generator equivalent in this game?
At the end, as the survivors, to get out the last gate, you do need to stop a generator that's making an electric fence. I've had one run at this. I'm never playing it again. I was a survivor. I got out. I did it just by following someone else. I don't know who Grandpa was. I don't know any of my... Like, I played a perfect round in the sense that it was a horror movie that I'm like, well, that happened.
Yeah.
And I don't need to do that again.
Yeah.
And I was just finding open doors, moving around. I hid in some bushes while a teammate got stabbed in the neck by like one of it's like the interesting part, I guess, if you like the movies, is that not all the villains are like Leatherface. There's just like some regular looking farming people at the top with a razor blade who just wants to stab you in the neck a lot.
Oh, lovely.
And it's like I watched a teammate that happen while I just sat in a bush and went, I'm not going to get involved.
You sat in a bush? You could have helped.
No, I couldn't.
I was just about to say, when you were like, I had one run at this I succeeded, I had the perfect game. I'm like, you left everyone for dead.
Me
then.
and one player
That's 100% the run you had.
The one person who knew how to do it, the girl in it, I was the jock. Like, she got out and I just followed her out and I was like, cool. And I skipped the tutorial. So when that person's getting stabbed, I'm like, I don't know how to help.
Literally.
Sorry.
No, not at all. Is Chopped Up in this game? I don't believe so. I'm not sure if they've got all of the different characters. They may add them in the future, as DLC. But what you'll see here also is that Leatherface, because he's quite big and brutish, he can't just follow them through tunnels and stuff. Hence, you've got those people up top who are like, who can actually follow them through like tight spaces.
Yeah, gotcha.
So each killer has a part that they can play. But honestly, when I was Leatherface for this one round, I killed 3 of them in the space of a minute. I was like, I'm not even going to let them, because they have to escape the basement if they do want a chance, right there.
Wow.
That's the problem that I had with this game, is that they're either going to be really quick or really long. I remember I was the last victim alive. Like, everyone else had been killed, and you can leave the game immediately and you still get your XP points, which is great. You don't have to stick around. But you then have 3 killers chasing you, trying to find where you are, and you're just in a bush like, what do I do now?
I'm so sorry. It's 3v4?
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
But so the
I
point
thought
is...
they were NPCs upstairs.
No.
So it's like, but as Reeps was saying, it's like they're allocated an area of the level.
Yes.
The top guys at the top are doing some run,
yeah.
and so as you reach that, you will, Leatherface
I
can
saw a
follow
clip-
you up.
I
Right?
saw a clip
You can,
on Twitter as well, and it was like someone just hiding in a bush, and there was like a 50-year-old woman jogging around, and it was like,
Grandma?
that looks like the person I'm meant to be scared of, but why would I be? But that's probably next stabby.
That's
And again, if you've seen the kill animations for them, it's really unsettling. So it's not like Leatherface in a basement is scary, but part of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre vibe is like, it's horror in daylight. Like, it's sort of like the house is dark and creepy, but outside is freedom. And that's kind of what's so terrifying, is that, and then you've got this family of people.
So close,
So as a victim, what's your objective during the game? Like, what are you spending your time doing apart from just trying to get to the exit?
Good question. So basically, you are trying to find different items around the house. So you've got something, you can collect bone spurs, which will then, because they've got kind of noise-making traps. So if you go through a bone shower, whatever, they're like, we can hear that. So you can disable that kind of trap there.
Oh, I see.
You've got things where you've got like a screwdriver, which will help you escape the basement because you can pick locks and things. And then you've got fuses, which is kind of like what you'd get in, like Friday the 13th and stuff, where you can now generate that generator, or mow it down so that you can leave, because everything's booby trapped in this house.
I was about to say, what's the situation with the quick time events? Because my experience of playing Dead by Daylight is like,
you and those generators, you didn't have a good time.
Yeah.
It's just like I see a bunch of people and I'm like, I'll help you guys, and then I go in there and it's like boom, and I'm like,
These ones,
I'll get the next one
you
for
probably,
sure.
you probably have a better understanding, because have you played much as the victims?
I have.
I was really unimpressed by what I thought I was doing, which was just like, you hold a button to fill a radial menu that's also making sound that you then just let go to stop making sound and eventually fill it. So it was just like, press a bit of it and the sound's going up. All right, stop.
Sound goes down.
Sound's going up.
Yep.
Sound's going up. It was just like, I think you're doing that while you're listening for being attacked, yourself being attacked. But it wasn't like...
why are we scared of this guy? Like, it's going to get you. But like you can just feel I could push this guy over, right? But it's because he's got this like I don't know penknife and he's erratic or something. You're like, I'm terrified.
Unpredictable.
Yeah. But that you're exactly right. In terms of this is a quick time event, you hold E if you're like a killer. If you're a victim, it's just a sound
It's
thing.
the half tuck, I think. It's just like
the run. You imagine like swoosh sounds.
I'm gonna get you.
I'm gonna get you,
I don't know.
boy.
I've been
I'm scared
feeding
of
my
that guy.
grandpa. Watch out.
It's Shaggy in his later years, correct?
is.
Yeah.
But
Twig
the
and
good thing is
Shaggy.
you can set up traps. Like you do have abilities outside where it's like, I know this is going to be like a thoroughfare for them to escape. I'll put a trap here, which is pretty cool. But half the time when I was that character, waiting up top, you just see victim dead, disconnected, and you're doing nothing. You're just kind of like, you can get into the house, you can try and go into the basement, but it's a labyrinth to even as a killer, you don't know where people are. You saw Grandpa screaming, you saw little outlines there, so that's why you should feed Grandpa.
Yeah.
But it just feels like there is no nice medium ground of like, I know if I play a game of this, it's going to be about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
It's either going to be 5 minutes
interesting.
or 30 minutes,
Yeah.
I wonder if it's
right.
a situation, and I'm sure it is, it's poorly balanced, or if it's like this genre has been so iterated on so many times that people are like, I know how to play this.
Yep.
And this is kind of this is presenting you with something different, but people are still trying to play it, like Dead by Daylight,
Yeah.
maybe.
Or in their attempts to try and defer it from those other games, they're like, well, it's not as balanced as those ones are because they make sense to have one villain and 4 victims versus here it's like, maybe we'll try mixing it up a little bit. It's like, well, maybe that doesn't work. So, yeah.
Yeah. I was going to ask, because you're talking about how it's a labyrinth. Is it a procedurally generated house, or is it the different areas are blocked in different ways every time you spawn? Or will it be like, by the time I played this 8 times, you're a master of it, and then...
Yeah, I wish I could give you more of an answer for that, but there are things where, like, you saw the victim try and escape through that little hole there, right?
Yeah.
Leatherface can come up and get rid of that. So then it's not a labyrinth that you can get through. You need, like, Leatherface's help to get around more than anything. And yes, I did see in the chat people like, don't forget, you can shank Grandpa, and you can disable, you can go ka-ching to Grandpa.
If you're a victim, you can go and take out
go,
Grandpa.
but only for like, Grandpa's offline for a minute. He's taking a nap.
I was actually in my one run, I was terrified because I got up and saw an old man in a chair, and I was like, the fuck is that? And then someone came and did that, and was like, Grandpa is waking up, and it's like, don't move, and I was like, don't move. Picturing Grandpa going, and all he does is go, I was like, oh,
he's just like an echolocator.
Yeah.
There he is. You see him there. He's just like, what's happening?
But how horrible is a victim to go on your way out, be like, stab a senior citizen?
And
okay,
the
but
final,
to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Stab him to sleep.
Sorry.
Yeah, to sleep, to have a little thing.
He'll be back.
The biggest thing is that if you do play this game a lot, like anything, obviously you get more of a knowledge, but you can also upgrade your character so you'll have better stats and things like that, which is never good for new people coming in. Because if they're matched up with a very new game and this person's level 10 and they've got all these abilities and you're like, I don't want to run on go, you die like that.
Is there any matchmaking system that's built on, that's scaled like that, or is it based on rank, or is it?
I'm sure it will be,
open
but
slot?
obviously this is such a new game. It's just throwing everyone together, just trying to get lobbies full.
Which they've got it on Game Pass, so I imagine it's trying to pull in a bit of a player base that's like, hey, let's see if we can have enough people to have enough matches. But yeah, I've heard some issues around the matchmaking and the balancing of it, which I mean is fun for a couple of nights or even one run. But I'm wondering how much it's going to have the devotion of those like DBD fans who,
And was DBD balanced the day it came out? Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a testament to Dead by Daylight that people are trying to emulate that. as a success. And I think it takes a long time to build up a fan base for a game like this that is like asymmetrical multiplayer. So hopefully something sticks around and kind of gives people an alternative to Dead by Daylight.
What do you like? What's your knowledge of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre like genre or like series, I guess? But like, and did you what did you think of that? Because I was kind of unsettled by it all, which is quite effective.
Definitely. Like, I think they've done a really good job in terms of trying to create these different maps for you to explore, but there are kind of like bits and bobs, nods to the movies and things like that, where it's like, here's the dining table where they had the cannibal feast and stuff. And it is,
thing.
it's, that old, the dining room, wine and a rug,
Hey!
And then it is just that thing of like, because sometimes they do set it during the night, sometimes they set it during the day.
Yeah.
So it is kind of like, if you are a victim, you have a better chance at night because it's so freaking dark. Like, I remember I was like, do I need to turn up the gamma because I can't see a thing.
I really struggle with that.
Yeah, and so I do like that fact, and you can lock things behind you and like try and trap them. But if you are in a voice chat with people, you are going to easily die. Like that person, Leatherface can't go through, but that guy can go through. So it is this
skinny scoop.
Oh, skinny ski.
That's so scary.
So it is this constant fear of like running away, but it does feel unfair at times if you are the victim, because it is 4v3. Oh my.
This is what I mean.
my.
This stuff's messed up. And it's like
intense.
not in the fun way that Dead by Daylight is like, the hooks are a bit full on, but everything else is kind of like, woohoo, I've got you. Whereas this is like, fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And you're like, I don't like this
Yeah.
at all.
I've always found like, I mean, I always like, my thing with horror is that I like ghosts and like, or like demon stuff, like
Yeah.
stuff that's like supernatural or whatever. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and any kind of slasher film, I'm like that could be a real guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that I don't like it. So this to me is like, when it kind of, I thought Prop Night was great, and actually the Ghostbusters game that came out that was kind of like pulling from that,
This has
you know,
got,
concept. I like all that stuff. This
that's
kind
like
of goes too far into the like,
What is happening? That's like, everyone run around. This is like,
break. Yeah.
I love Resi 8 Village? Resi
Yeah,
8?
yeah, yeah.
But I hate Resi 7. I can't play it. And it's because
Yeah.
of the same kind of vibes. It's
Yeah,
that like
yeah.
cannibalistic family, haunted, but
Basically, middle America.
oh, yeah.
So it is very much like this is a gory game. This is a scary game. You do have a player who can punch back at the victims. And here's the thing. You can escape by going down a well back into the basement and start from scratch. Like if you do make it to the top.
I saw that and went, not going down there.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, mine was the jock who could hip and shoulder like a recharging thing to kind of just push away. and
Yes, the
then-
person.
Yeah.
And you
okay,
do have
cool.
to collect health to restore yourself. Is basically the whole premise that they're trying to bring to you as a victim is that you are slowly dying, like you do have wounds. So your health gauge is always going down.
I guess that's from the start because you're already you're hanging on a hook.
That's
kind of
right.
thing from
And
the
you've got like a
start.
heartbeat monitor and things like that. And I mean, I
All-
think it's interesting, but
All
Yeah, that's
wonderful
cool.
gameplay features and mechanics that could have been taught to us in a tutorial, but instead we all skipped it.
everybody skips it.
Yeah.
But it is, I think it's like off to a good start in terms of what they're trying to do. And obviously this is more for
Power
the
increase.
this is more for the hardcore like fan of gore and everything.
Yeah.
But I would say that it is a hard learning curve because you want to be, I want to be a killer, and then each killer has a different power and ability. Like, why can't I do this?
You're skipping through the tutorial. It's like each killer can, yes, each killer has a powder, yes, each killer knows how. When you're
Yeah.
feeding grandpa, what?
Yeah.
Grandpa's power will increase.
But yeah, that's what I played. So I would recommend having it because it is on Game Pass.
And a
as you
good
said.
streaming game, I imagine.
It
like
is. It's
just
just fun, but it is frustrating because there was a time when I was playing for 30 minutes. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just in a bush waiting for something to happen. Because
We've all been there.
Slowly bleeding out.
Yeah, slowly bleeding. You're like, should I just quit? But then, yeah. So, yeah.
Interesting.
you
Have
just
a look.
needed the Nicolas Cage power to like play dead and restore your wounds and then come back and race out the exit.
Yeah, while
Perfect.
screaming, not the bees.
Perfect. Yeah.
I'm keen after seeing some of it.
Yeah, give it a
Yeah,
shot.
I always like to give all those games a shot. See how they go. Cool. All right. Well, I will round us out this week. I just jumped into briefly Jumplight Odyssey.
Good jumping.
There it is.
Yeah. Aussie developers, League of Geeks, who made like Armello, a super successful strategy game. And this is a sort of strategy management sim, space management sim. Super stylish. Straight off the bat, there is a beautiful cutscene of
The menu.
well,
Sorry.
no, you're right. I have not supplied Josh with adequate. Yeah. Chaotic Day. There's a beautiful cutscene that I would say is kind of like an animation style that looks a lot like She-Ra. You know that new kind of reboot of She-Ra? Have you seen anyone seen like that?
I don't know what
It had a
She-Ra
Really
is.
gorgeous.
Yeah, and it was released as like a trailer a couple of months ago. That
Yeah.
thing to get the
It
hype
looks
up.
like an animated series that I want to watch.
Yeah.
And it has a soundtrack that's something out of like a 1950s Hollywood cinematic epic. It's
cool.
just beautiful. Yeah. She-Ra, Steven Universe. Yep.
This is it,
Yep.
that
Yep.
kind of
Yep. Yep.
stuff.
So it's
okay. Yeah.
a really kind of like epic. Josh has it.
He-Man. Yes.
found
Oh,
it. Thank
there it
you
is.
so much, Josh.
Oh, He-Ra. I know He-Ra.
No, she's the there's He-Man and there's She-Ra, I think. They're the
Yeah,
same.
yeah,
but they
yeah.
redid
But
her. Yeah, cool.
I don't think they rebooted He-Man.
They did, but
Did they?
yeah,
they
but
did, yeah.
they've done this better. Sorry,
Okay.
go on.
So yeah, it kind of sets you up for this really kind of emotive impetus for like helping this crew, get to safety, and then you kind of go into the management stuff. I don't play a lot of management sims. I think like a lot of people, they can be overwhelming from the outset, but it's kind of like any Sims game where you get involved and invested very quickly, and it's like super addictive. I think the success or fail of games like this is very much in the tutorial, and I think Jumplight is doing a really good job of teaching you the systems. The tutorial is really well laid out. I think I'm the first person who's going to get confused in a situation like this, especially when there's like a lot of different menu boxes and reading. But I've been following it pretty well. I would say, if anything, there could be a little bit more in the way of visual cues to draw your eye and attention to things when it's trying to explain to you that this is the sort of order of that you need to be able to do things in. But basically, your kind of first port of call is to manage your crew and help them, a little bit like Battlestar Galactica, kind of survive in space together. And each crew member has a name. They have likes and dislikes. They've got kind of feelings and anxieties. They've got crushes. You can see who their friends are, like, all of that kind of stuff, which I imagine will play into it later on. Like if you put two people
the
to work.
tension's still building.
Yeah, if you put two people to work together in the same area and they've got a romantic connection.
Trying to fix that little pipe and
or you send them out on a like a
Hands are
recon
all-
mission together in the same shuttle. Who knows what could happen.
Oh my god, the zero gravity. I love that.
Yeah. So you've got to be able to, like any sim, you need to be able to, give it power, it's space. You've got to give them oxygen, and you need to start sort of spending your resources well to be able to set you guys up, to set your team up, to kind of survive the space flight as you go looking for a new, I think it's called like the something star or whatever is what they're trying to get to. So I was trying to, and at the same time you're being pursued by like, various different aggressive forces and stuff like that. So you have to constantly be generating enough resources to fill your Jumplight drive so that you can jump to the next system and kind of keep propelling yourself forward. It becomes that constant give and take of wanting to build so much stuff and how you prioritize what's important.
Sure, yeah.
So because you can see every single crew member's status, it's like my my main captain, she's happy and she's kind of dealing with things, but she hasn't had a shower in a while. I'm like, oh, she doesn't have a bathroom in her quarters. She's got to go all the way down.
Priority
to the crew.
one.
Yeah, so I was like,
Priority one. It's the captain.
Got to give her a shower. Meanwhile, my like admiral is like, we need to increase our ammunition stores because we are going to get attacked. And I was like, oh, that probably seems more important. So then I start building ammunition stores, and I've like assigned all the people, and I'm like, all right, guys, increase productivity in this area because we need to fix the munition stores. And they're all like, on it, great.
And the admiral's like, I'd love a shower though.
But then I have these little little robots who help kind of build things. And when you hover the robots have all the same kind
Are
of
they
like.
sad too?
Oh my god!
Do they have
so
crushes?
my robot
Horny
sadness
robots?
just like tanked really fast, and I was like, "What's going on?" And it was like the robot doesn't feel connection with other people.
No, shoot it!
And
It's a robot.
It was goddamn robot. So I was depressed, and I was like, "Oh no!" So I was like, "How do I increase my robot's happiness?" And the robots, it's like, "Oh, you can increase the robot's happiness by like giving it fun activities to do with the other crew members." And meanwhile, my admiral's like, "Where's the ammunition? We are gonna get attacked."
Meanwhile, you're at a bowling alley with robots.
Are we having fun, guys?
Like a happy montage.
Watching the
Right.
happiness meter go up, and I was like, "Oh man!" So it gets really like you get sucked into the minutia of these kind of
That's
like
perfect.
little character relationships really quickly, and you can pause time, which is good because there's so much to juggle at once.
Sure.
Building things, you've got to send out shuttles on
That's
reconnaissance
I
missions.
love that. Is that
pursuing?
the Doom line?
Yeah, so this is when this is kind of occupied space, and when there's when that catches up to you and you're in occupied space, you then get attacked, but also you can't
Do a leap.
you
or-
can't jump.
Yeah, right.
So you need to kind of deal with the conflict.
Yep.
And get yourself out of conflict before you can jump out of
I was
there.
going to ask, is there a little bit of FTL kind of style of that, like mapping out where you go? But this all seems, as you said, pausing time in real time. Like it's
It's
you're-
happening in real time, but you can pause time.
Yeah,
There
okay.
and one moment I was like, oh crap, I've got to get out of there. The line was approaching, and it was like, you've got a bunch of crew members out on reconnaissance missions. If you jump now, you'll leave them behind.
Oh,
and I was
fuck.
like, no, leave no man behind. So I was just like waiting, and like I couldn't.
You watching Little.com?
You can recall them when they're like halfway through a mission, but like they were already on their way back. It just takes time because I sent them freaking ages away to go and get some materials for my robot to build the ammunitions thing.
These fucking robots.
That robot mission.
And then, and so like it was
To build
literally
the
like
bomb
I
gun.
was watching the counter of them coming down while the line was going like this, and I was like, "Who's gonna make it back?" And it was literally like the line came up, and they were like, "We're gonna be boarded," and I was like, "Jump!" And it was reminded me of
That's
it reminded me of
Battlestar.
Battlestar,
So cool.
Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica when they were just like.
always rock up
Yeah,
as they're about
yeah,
to go,
those big like Cylon base ships that would arrive, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Get the hell out of here!"
That's so
I had so
cool.
many moments like that where I was jumping just in the nick of time, and my admiral would be like, "Okay, look, running's fine, but we really need to increase our ammunition store so we can fight these guys." And I was like, "I'm doing it," but also my captain needs a shower.
But your room is depressed.
Yeah. And
Just-
occasionally I would get like, because there's just so many different things that you can build.
I was gonna say this looks huge in terms of like the ship you're managing here, and like
Yeah.
there's hangars, there's crew quarters, there's like
Yeah, you've got to grow crops, and you've got to
Jesus.
assign different crew members who have different jobs and stuff to kind
That's
of
the
grow
thing
them.
that tipped Gus over. Yeah. It's like,
These people have to
I
eat.
will not do corn.
I will not. I shall not farm in space.
So there's all these like really fun things to build and stuff that you want to kind of focus on. So you're like, that'd be nice for them. But then immediately they're like, okay, listen, you need to start dismantling some of the like useless stuff that you've built because this is the priority right now.
Yeah.
And you've built too many showers. So people can be dirty. And I'm like, but then you're going to get sad.
Oh man, that's
So
cool.
yeah, it's really cool. It's so involved. League of Geeks has a little message at the front that's like, we're still kind of like balancing it, and we're, there may be bugs, and like, please, like, give us feedback and all that kind of stuff. So, it's definitely like an evolving thing, but it was super slick just from what I've played at the start, and it is. Even if it feels overwhelming at first because it's a lot of menus from the outset, you very quickly get kind of on a roll of just kind of like jumping and trying to afford your next jump and do what you need to do to just make it to the next, point in space to stay ahead of the red line. And it's really, really fun.
It's probably a small thing to point out, but I'm like seeing that it's on console as well as PC. This feels like such a mouse and keyboard game to be able to be across everything with that pressure. In the same way that my game as well is on console, but like felt really like a mouse and keyboard game. I wonder how much that like if this is set up perfectly for that, and how much you're at a disadvantage being on a controller, like having so many menus and so much of this like minutia. Do you think it translates well enough, or it could, to a regular controller?
I think so. I think you would be a little bit frustrating because there are quite a few sort of
It just
menus
looks-
within menus and things to kind of scroll through and stuff. But even still, they have a very the way it's stacked is it's you kind of just scroll through the decks of the ship.
Okay.
So you can kind of move between states quite quickly. It's a bit like a cruise ship where you're just like the Lido deck and the whatever, like all the different things
What
that
are
you
you
move
running
through.
here, Bendix?
I know.
It's pretty much a cruise ship.
We haven't heard anything
You
about
need
anyone
munitions.
below the upper deck.
The
Captain needs this. The Admiral needs this.
Yeah. No. I'm just making sure that they're all like, I'm placing them next to each other so that they can develop romantic connections.
That's the priority. No, okay, fair enough. Look,
The Captain needs the Admiral.
Or at least I hope so. But you can all the build menus and all that kind of stuff is really easy to access. I
Okay.
don't think that's an issue. I think it's just initially as you're kind of understanding which menus go where, that would maybe be a little bit slower in controller. But yeah, I think it's really well designed. I think they're really thoughtful with how they've tried to show you things via symbols as much as possible, so you're not so that it makes sense at all times what goes where and what things need to be
these are your
sourced
resources
and-
allocated by icons versus too much.
and color
cool.
coding things. I feel like all of that kind of stuff for my brain is really important, and I feel like they've focused on that really well.
Yeah, it looks great.
Right.
Yeah. A shower would
design
help
is
when
so
trying to
good.
build relationships. No one likes a stinky poo. Yeah, interesting, Elsid. Yeah, especially when you're watching a video of it go back up inside the dog's butt. which
There it
something
is.
That I feel
Cool
like
callback.
Back around.
Captain
glad we
Hex,
did.
why is the budget so heavily invested into Geralt Simulation Room? Hey, that is for increasing my robot's happiness, and yeah,
Look after those horny robots.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
that's reasonable.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's really cool, Aussie developed, and super stylish. And I'm definitely gonna be playing more of it because it's just
Jumplight.
Jumplight Odyssey.
Jumplight Odyssey. Okay,
Yeah.
we've got a lot of titles that are very confusing
game?
there.
Yeah.
Shadows, Gambit, The Cursed Crew.
Well,
Shadow
game?
Shadow Gambit.
Shadow Gambit. Your game?
Immortals of all time.
And
The Texas
Chainsaw.
Chainsaw Massacre.
Nice. That was what we've been playing, and now we're going to go to a break? Question mark?
good.
Maybe.
The following is a paid advertisement for the RhysWild music collection.
Take the power of rock and a man who loves rocks. And you got yourself RhysWild's Rock Songs, a collection of some of Rhys's best rock songs. Oh, hi. I'm Stephanie from Steph and the Back Pockets. We've been rocking together since July 2020, but no one I know rocks harder than Rhys. And now, all of Rhys's best rock hits are together in one 82 CD collection, including such hits as Make Love Not Or, Lime After Lime, Chalk on the Wild Side, Wouldn't It Be Nice, Me and Dwayne Johnson, and 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock Sandstone. Just 4 easy payments of $99.99, plus GST, plus taxes, plus customs, plus import fees, plus local taxes, and you'll have access to all of Rhys's back catalog, including his breakthrough single, My Love Is Like a Rock Slide. We even cover his later years, when he was just phoning him in. Can You Feel the Love, Granite? All about that bassonite. You're the one that I want to be fossilized in. Rock. Signed, sealed, delivered. I'm Quartz. I just called to say I love rocks. And who could forget Rock Lobster? I love rocks, and so does Rhys. With a collection as timeless as a naturally occurring mass of solidified mineral matter, you'd have to have rocks in your head not to rush to the phone right now and order your very own copy of the RhysWild Rock Music Collection. Because unlike a gemstone with a reciprocal of compressibility of 443 gigapascals, this deal won't last forever.
The biggest games of the year are Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3. Today, I'm putting them head-to-head to find out which one's best. Zelda's always going to struggle in this round. That princess-held captive narrative has been done to death. Points for world building, but not for plot. BG3, on the other hand, has arguably too much story, but it does win out in the end thanks to the creepy mind flayers and their tadpoles as a refreshingly, albeit gross plot device. Both of these titles allow for far more freedom than we were ready for. BG3's turn-based RNG tabletop rule set is digital D&D done to perfection. But when it comes to creative chaos, Tears of the Kingdom's Ultra Hand just cannot be beat. What even the hell is that? Look, I love you, Nintendo, but for the love of Shiggy, please update your console already. It's Baldur's Gate 3 hands down. Just look at my sexy half-elf. Doesn't matter if you're heading off to Hyrule or fucking around in Faerun, both of these adventures are huge. But while BG3 might win out when it comes to density, Tears of the Kingdom nabs the point for just casually doubling the original's vast landmass and throwing in some Sky Islands for good measure. Look, there was never an easy winner here. Both games are bloody amazing, and it'd be unfair of us to say one game is worth more of your time than the other. Then again, you can customize your own vagina in Baldur's Gate.
Hippo, 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 hippo.
Amazing.
Hippo.
This time we were prepared.
Hey.
We nailed it. Welcome back, everyone. We saw words there from Yowza B and Dion. Hippo. I imagine that audio is from the bonus ep of Ruby and Nicrotex.
That was Nicrotex's voice I heard in there.
There's a little giggle at the end there. We heard that. That was a bonus episode of Pocket Buds that is available to patrons at the gold tier. If you'd like to just check out regular Pocket Buds, you can. It's a podcast that Ruby is currently putting out each week. It's worth listening to. It's good value. We also saw an ad there for RhysWild and his country rock album. Love that one.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, Sandstone. That's my favorite.
That's such a good line. It's a great read. Thank you, Rhys, for supporting the show. And we also saw one of the socials there, me putting Zelda up against Baldur's Gate. It was an unfair contest, but I got them views. And it made me...
Not really.
I got some views. You want to do a socials off? I think it's got more than your last one. It's not a personal thing. I don't know why I'm making it a contest. That's not fair.
I
doubt it.
How dare
Was it
you.
that was
Doubt it.
so that was a legitimate attempt? Sorry, that was a legitimate attempt at clickbait.
It wasn't clickbait. I was creatively thinking, I'm like, oh, these games are both
Creative.
cute.
I was just being creative. I was being creative.
I'm not going to engage if you're going to lead me to that. But yes, go check out the socials, back pocket vids at everything. The TikTok's really good fun. We're putting some fun things in there. The most recent one is
fed up, Dawn.
I'm done here. The most recent one is Ruby chatting to the Saddle Club. Saddle Club. So if you're a fan of that, go check out the socials. It's good fun. All right, let's move on. Oh, we should also say merch as well. Speaking of patrons, people who support the tiers, if you're at the We're Back merch tier, you would have found yourself getting one of these lovely little
Drink
bad
Up Babe.
boys. A Drink Up Babe Chad Pockety mug.
I didn't realize that's what Chad Pockety was. When I saw in the Slack that you guys were making a Chad Pockety mug, I thought it was that weird Pockety that you made that was one of the first iterations of Pockety that had a weird square jaw.
No, that's one that Ruby found, which is that's part of
what's he called?
Pockety's jumping, and at one point he has to flex and become straight before he lands in the logo. And if you freeze frame at the right time, you get this big fuck off jaw. It's like The Simpsons where they used to pause the old animated frames where they used to like turn their heads and they draw their eyes over here, but their mouth over here to kind of show movement. But if you freeze framed it, it looks like horror
He was
movies.
being creative.
I was being creative, Steph. No, that's the Chad Pockety mug.
Yeah,
Which
his name is Back Pock, Steph.
Back
Back
because he's like
Big
a
Jaw is
big
Back Pock.
chin-looking mother.
Yeah, okay. I had not seen Chad Pockety, and
Well, we saw this one.
I regret not
behind me.
getting a Chad Pockety
This one's
mug.
behind Josh.
behind
up
me
on
right
the thing.
there.
That's
He's
where
been
that
there.
lovely jaw
Been
is.
there.
Got it.
So yeah, that merch went out to everyone at the We're Back tier. The next round of that will be going out, and it will be anniversary themed with a very, very cool bit of design that's coming together for the anniversary stream that's coming up next week.
Next week, yeah, we're not live on Thursday. We're live on Saturday for 12 hours.
Holy smokes!
Why?
Right.
Maybe longer.
Maybe
Well,
longer.
No, I thought we were going to make it shorter and then have an option to increase
No,
the
it
length
starts
of
at
the.
normal time. And
Yeah,
goes
normal
through
time.
and goes
But
through.
if you thought last time's was crazy and the wheels fell off, this time more wheels falling off. No, we've
This time we got a 12-wheeler.
no, it's coming together. It's coming together.
Reeves, what are you doing on Saturday?
Listen, I'm busy.
Now you listen here.
You son of a bitch.
It's coming together well, so it'll be really good fun, and we'll have more details of that on the Discord and all the other information as well, so make sure to check that out. All right, dog's out.
Wow.
We're done?
Yeah, she just
See
kind of
ya.
lets herself gravity take her to the floor.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Yeah, that was good.
Well, let's let gravity take us to the next segment.
Oh God.
She loves those segues. We're going to play a new game. It's one we haven't tried before, and we haven't tried pronouncing before. It's time for Pocketionary.
It's dignity! Gah! Don't you even know dignity when you see it?
Pocketionary.
Lovely.
What is that?
Just
what is
get
that?
rid of the E.
What is that? What is that line?
More letters is better.
What is
It's
that
for
line from?
Simpsons.
That's Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
They play Pictionary, and he has to draw dignity, and she can't get it, and she's like, I think this is it, and she draws it off camera, and they're like, that's
No,
dignity.
that is
That's what it
dignity.
is. Which is something funny that happens in Pictionary because we all panic to try and draw something
Oh yeah,
that looks
terrible
good.
drawer. Yeah.
My weakness is I try to draw too much.
Well, we're going to find out when we
Oh,
play
really?
it.
I'm terrible.
And we
I
wouldn't be
have
playing
no
it.
weaknesses
You
when it
have
comes
no
to
weaknesses as
drawing.
well. Well, we wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't for the wonderful support of one MiddleCee.
Oh wow.
Time that one now. Thank you, MiddleCee, for sponsoring the show and sponsoring the segment. And as usual, when we have a segment sponsored by MiddleCee, we read out lyrics of a song in the key
You
of C.
won't.
What do you mean I won't?
It was a challenge.
Oh, okay. No, I won't. What?
Read out lyrics in the C key.
That's exactly what I'm about to do.
Amazing.
That's how this works, Peter.
Why would you
Pay
challenge him
attention.
on that?
Well, I wanted
He's
to
gonna
see if
win.
it was,
Stop
I wanted to see if he was
confusing
up
Reeps.
to the challenge. Reeps is the only one here comfortable right now.
I'm enjoying the show. Why would I not?
Reeps has left his body. He's floating,
I'm just a
looking down.
husk of a human being right now.
If we trap his soul till next Saturday,
Gus won't do it. He's a coward.
Hungry.
I will do it. It's fine. These are
Yep.
lyrics from a song. First one of you to buzz in with shouting out your name, and then see if you can pick this song. Here come the lyrics.
Here they come.
Mingle with the good people we meet. Yeah. Good friends we have had. Oh, good friends we have lost along the way. Yeah. In this bright future,
I don't know what this is.
you can't forget your past, so dry your tears, I say. Yeah. It's all about the cadence.
Yeah,
All over
I
the
know.
place.
You're
recognize it.
working so hard to throw us off the scent of
You
a
know
song
what?
that
I can't-
no one knows.
I don't think I could do it in the actual cadence.
Okay.
Mingle with the good people we met, yeah. Good friends we've had. Oh, good friends we've lost along the way.
Is it a rap? Is it like spoken?
Sounds like, yeah.
In this bright future, you can't forget your past, so dry your tears, I say, yeah. Yeah, man, would often be.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bob Marley or
no.
something?
Is that Buffalo Soldier?
It is not.
Yeah,
Is
okay.
it Bob Marley?
It is.
Okay.
Okay, what's Bob Marley?
He does say that. That's the thing. I'm not.
Yeah.
He does say that.
He did.
Man.
I don't know many Bob Marley
every little
subtitles.
thing is gonna be all right. Is it that
Don't
one?
worry
No.
about a thing. No.
It's the other one.
No woman, no cry.
That's the one.
Okay.
Nailed it.
I don't know.
I
I
also
went to the
nailed it.
third Bob Marley song that I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like, but it's Bob Marley and there's like and someone as well, and a group as well.
Yeah,
But
okay.
No Woman No Cry is apparently in C as well.
Is
Is it?
It is if we want it to be.
It is
Yeah.
if we want it to be close enough.
It is.
It is
And the
now.
Wailers.
The
Thank
Wailers,
you very
yeah.
much, everyone. Bob Marley and the
Bob-
Wailers.
the
No
Bob
Woman
band.
No Cry. All right, let's move on with
Music for
Pocketionary.
hire. It's in C.
It's IRC.
Yes!
Hell yes.
Finally, we got one. The album version
I love
is in
that.
C.
I reckon Muso was just sitting there going and playing it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's C.
That's not
Allow it.
All right, let's learn how to play Pocketionary. Basically, it's Pictionary. What we're going to do is each take it in turns to draw a number of prompts that are all video game based. We have a digital canvas that we'll be seeing up on the screen. We each have about 20 items in a private list that we can only see on that little tablet. And then it's up to us to draw. It's up to each of us to draw as many of them as they can in 2 minutes. We'll get 2 rounds of 2 minutes. So we're going to go around twice. Peter's going to start. He's got his list there. Chat and all of us will only see what Pete's drawing, so play along at home if you'd like. Points really don't matter for this one. Pete's going to get points for for drawing it and getting us to guess it right.
Yeah.
One of us will get a point for guessing it. Chat, you want to keep score? Liz, you want to keep score? Otherwise, it's just a bit of fun. So that's how this is going to work. Peter, you're going to start. 2 minutes on the clock. Let's bring up your canvas just so everyone can see. There's Peter down there in the corner.
All right.
That's the canvas you have to play with. Can you see your list, Peter?
I can see my list.
Josh, we got a little bit of music, a little bit of
Oh, a little bit of
we got a
zhuzh.
ton,
Oh,
a
yeah.
little bit of zhuzh.
Little zhuzh.
Everyone,
Zhuzh, zhuzh.
fingers
Fast as you
crossed.
can. Fast as you can, Peter.
Here goes Pocketionary. It's Dignity.
It's not Dignity.
It's cube. It's Minecraft.
How do you
It's,
use this fucking thing? It doesn't work.
It's fine. What are you talking about?
This pen, it
Don't blame the
sucks.
tools.
Yeah, it's
Don't blame the tools.
Tetris.
Tetris block. No numbers, no letters.
Honey.
Well, that wouldn't
It's a-
help. Is that a spaceship? You can pass
It's
if
a
it.
person
What is
on
this?
a thing. It's very
No, this is good. This is good.
Are they Pokemon cards?
Pokemon Fusion. Pokemon.
It's, next page.
The Pokedex.
Yep.
It's a Pokedex?
That was it. It's the Pokedex.
Okay, it's the Pokedex. Well done. Oh yeah, they don't have to just be games. They can be characters, locations, items, peripherals, anything.
Yep,
So it's not just a video game. Mario. It's Mario. It's Mario.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
Mario.
fuck
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Amazing.
Okay, nailed it. It's me. It's all about Mario. And me, Waluigi. Pikmin.
Oh god.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Okay.
Come on.
Umbrella.
It's a Minecraft.
Minecraft pickaxe.
Yep.
Oh my
Minecraft
gosh.
pickaxe.
Is it diamond? I didn't come up with this list,
I
by
feel
the
like
way.
I win that one.
Good.
I get the points.
Person wearing a hat.
Smashing it.
It's a golf game. It's a penis.
Whoa. Oh, it's someone with a gun.
It's a big cannon.
Master Chief.
BFG Doom.
Sonic. Blue. There's colors.
There's colors in this game.
Oh, Samus. Samus Aran.
Oh, she's orange.
Next.
No, she was a blue suit.
That's a tough one.
Oh, when she's in the skin suit. That's true. Like the skin tight suit. That's a good point.
That's good.
Shit, I don't know what
Penis.
this looks like.
Penis. Penis.
Is there a game called Penis?
Oh God. Oh God.
No?
What?
You don't know what that is?
Oh, it's yeah.
That's the
Texas Chainsaw
that's the
Massacre.
Needler from
Grandpa.
Halo.
Oh, Needler, of course. Of course.
I don't remember what it looks like.
Dude, yes. Needler.
Health warning: if your dick does look like a needle, please see a doctor.
The one you missed before that was Mega Man, the blue dude.
Mega Man.
He had the arm that was the big
That's
gun.
the whole cannon.
Yeah. I had a thought of that in my head, but I was like, Astro Boy. No.
Or it's the power that's short. I think it's getting caught under the TV.
The Blue Bomber himself. It's dignity, Luann.
Yes.
Have you got to select your thing over there?
I will.
When the timer comes up.
Stephanie, you can adjust your pen size as well. So if you want to, like, little finer details, you don't want to have big, stumpy drawings like Peter.
Let me just test.
What the fuck?
I mean, Mega Man, he was this big.
I'm all for Mega Man.
I was trying to stick to the middle of the canvas.
Yes.
As I was told.
The harder, the better.
This is true. All right.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Steph's good.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at Steph's little pockety up there.
Shit.
Aw.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
She's got her list.
All right. Let's get the
Josh,
timer up.
let's get the clock up. Here we go. Oh, look at this speed.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Angry.
angry.
Angry. Oh, God of War.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Well, hey, what's his name?
Mars. Kratos.
Tetris.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
The L block from
The
Tetris?
L block from
Yeah.
Tetris, yeah.
I'm really good at
You're
this.
smashing this. What is this?
I'll leave some room for the guests.
Cloud.
Cloud.
Yeah.
From Final Fantasy.
Sorry,
Cloud,
what?
though.
Yeah.
Cloud
Yeah, got it.
Sephiroth.
Oh, fuck you.
That's
Princess
a ballerina.
Yeah.
Peach,
Fuck yeah.
nice.
Oh my god.
I'm Ruby last week.
It's a
Frying
frying
pan.
pan.
From which game?
PUBG.
Yeah.
Shared point.
We'll share that.
That's a SNES
Oh,
controller.
it's backwards. But imagine it's in a mirror.
That's a SNES controller. Was it SNES or NES?
Nintendo, Sega.
Pete got it.
And then
We are robots if you want
Penis,
to do a custom one of those.
That's Kazooie.
Wait, is it? Was
Is
it?
that Kazooie? Energy sword.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Energy sword?
Yeah.
Fuck
Well
yeah.
done. We're going to get through the list too. Oh.
Steph's gonna finish hers. No, she's not.
No, not anymore.
That's
Spider.
Sunfoot.
Spiderfoot.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man? Amazing.
Sperm.
Bayonetta. No, that's a ball gun. Cat gun. Oh,
What?
Among Us. No.
Fishing?
What
the
What are
fuck?
we looking at here?
Shark?
Oh yeah, I see you're riding. You're riding a
Sort of
shark.
dragon.
What?
Riding
You're
a shark.
fucking a shark. No, you just had the head of a shark
Raft.
that you're fucking. It's screaming.
No passing on this one.
Uh,
It's the last one, you got to get it.
fuck, man.
You did really well.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Smashed
It's
it.
gone.
That was really good, Steph.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh my
It
god.
was Jinx. The last one was Jinx from League of Legends.
Oh, no one in the
would
world
no clue. I
plays
did
that
not play
shitty
League.
game. So.
Careful popping that one back. Was there any in there?
Serpents in the chat got it for what it's worth,
Thank
Peter.
you, Serpents.
Peter. Well, does it reach reaps?
It should do.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
Let's
it's close
just
to
see.
that
I
side
think it
anyway.
might sit with that.
Nice.
So if you
Shark
Boy.
Was there any in there we had to
Dude and
skip?
Clubber Girl.
I skipped. Yes. Can I say which one?
Yeah, because we won't
It
do
was
that
the
one.
boy from Limbo.
Oh, yeah, that would be hard.
He's black and white. It would have been easy.
It could have been. I would have just seen the dude.
I would have.
though.
Everyone would have just said stick figure man, though. You're
Yeah.
right. Everything we've been drawing looks like boy from Limbo. I think.
Yeah.
Reaps. You up to the task?
No.
Well, how would you rate your drawing proficiency?
Terrible. Like 0 out of 10.
It's also like the latency is not great, so just be aware of the. Like,
Oh, okay, sure.
The
If you
tools
draw
are
too quickly, it won't keep up.
The tools are a problem.
This is my personal drawing pad. Thank you. I did every artwork you're seeing here
That
with
is
that
such a
pad.
good Reaps Pockety. Holy crap.
look
It's
at
so good.
That is me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Nailed
awesome.
it.
Okay, we ready?
Sure.
You have other features as well, but the hair.
All right.
All right, here we
All
go.
right, let's go. Okay, cool.
Line. Paper bag. Beans.
Bag of beans.
Picnic.
it's a-
Picnic blanket. Magic carpet. No.
It's a
It's a
cube.
box. Oh,
It's
the companion cube.
Yes. Ah, beautiful.
I was like the game with the holes.
Okay, I'm gonna. And then the.
Pac-Man.
Yep.
I don't know who that. I don't know who that.
And then. Yeah.
Oh,
well done.
amazing. Amazing. I hope people put these on real box art at the end.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. This.
Sea of Thieves.
That's
It's
my
a
first
skull.
thought too.
It's definitely a skull. It's
Ooh.
the guy from.
Ooh.
It's the
It's
bones
Leatherface.
from the game, the stupid game.
Ah.
What?
Oh.
Next. Yeah, the guy. His name's Bones, right?
Oh,
Legend of
Sans.
Zelda.
Undertale.
yes,
Sans
Oh,
from Undertale.
Sans.
Gus got it. Gus got it.
Yeah. I got that. I said his name was
Bone
Bones.
Man.
Yeah.
His name's not Bones.
He's
His
Sans.
name's Bones.
Oh, I got it.
No, the other one? He's not Sans. He's another font.
No, that was Sans.
Oh, I got it. Okay.
That was Sans. Yeah.
This is Among Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay.
Everything looks like Among Us.
Everything looks like a mug.
Everything is Among Us.
You've got a real nervous wiggle
know.
there. It's amazing.
Shoot it. Oh,
It's a gun.
yes.
And it's a special gun. It's a.
Oh no.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Skipping or redoing?
Anything.
Anything.
He's skipping, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm skipping.
This is
Boobs.
eggs. Boobs.
Eggs are...
Gobbo. From Legend of the Gobbos.
No, it's furry. It's
Yeah,
it's Venonat.
Is it a...
Oh my goodness.
Is it?
Wait for it. Wait. Oh, hold on.
I'll let you finish it.
We'll let you finish
Is it a
this.
Pokemon?
You take your
You
time.
keep going until
You
we...
take your time.
Okay.
Keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing. We'll
Just
get it.
give
We'll
me
get it.
time, guys.
Yeah, yeah.
You got all the time you need, buddy.
Okay, hold on.
He's going to spell it.
Sub-Zero! He's icy cold. He's like an icicle.
It is Elmo. No, it wasn't. I can't give it away.
Sub Elmo.
So funny.
That was
That's so good.
where did you get Sub-Zero from? That wasn't on the list.
Wait, what was that last one?
I mean, I'm assuming it was Spyro the Dragon.
No,
but-
no. I skipped down the list. I was trying to do the
okay.
the lamb from
the lamb from Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I know she's got like
And
a
it
furry
turned
thing, and
into
then she's got like
Yeah.
I've never seen anyone reach for their drink that quickly to calm their nerves.
I need a down.
Have we got anything
Do we
harder
have
in
like
here?
an IV that I could just inject in my veins?
We've got some whiskey if you need it.
Good
also,
What was the gun? Says
the gun was an
I didn't know
AK-47.
how to draw an AK-47.
The gun was what, sorry?
Yeah.
AK-47.
AK-47.
I thought it was maybe iconic
Became a
enough.
pistol. Yeah.
And then you skipped Samus.
I did. I was like, I cannot draw
Sadness?
Samus.
Samus.
Oh,
Sadness
Samus.
would
It was
have
going to be
been
like
so-
a suit. And I was like, I know she's got a visor, but I didn't know how
Samus.
to do a visor.
Could he just drawn?
And
Mega
also,
Man?
you skipped the
Everyone
shield
thinks
cell
it's
from
Samus.
Apex Legends. You skipped the shield
don't
battery.
know. I haven't played that. I don't
okay.
know.
That's my bad.
What that is.
I don't know what
Apex
that
Legends,
is.
Apologies.
I don't know what that is.
All right, is that working? Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just clear my canvas. I think so. Let's have a go. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh fuck. What is
That's
laggy?
a thin pen. Yeah. What's going on with your? That's
It's
a mushroom in a hat
Toad.
with an angry fist.
Oh.
a guy who's
Ken
angry,
Ryu.
and he's wearing a mask.
One
Man.
Punch Man.
Oh, and
Three Punch Man.
I don't know what this is.
He's
And a
dragging
plane?
something. What the fuck is he dragging?
Star Fox.
Oh,
There's so much detail here.
and
It's an angry man.
He's got
in
a
plane.
thing on his shoulder.
Falco. Froggy.
No, you had it. It's
Falco?
I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take it.
F-Zero-X? What are you taking?
Captain Falcon.
What is it?
Oh, okay.
Captain
Oh,
Falcon.
Captain Falcon doing Falcon.
All right.
Punch. Okay, I'm gonna take it. No
I'll
one
take
got
that.
that. You said it.
A lamp.
It's a gun lamp.
Yep.
though.
But
Portal gun.
oh, hang on.
That's the golden gun from
yes,
Goldeneye.
yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Back
was so
to this.
Angry.
Winky. With a big thumbs up. Naughty.
Oh, the Fallout.
Yep.
The Pip Boy. The Pip Boy from
yeah.
Fallout.
Pip.
Oh, good. Oh, crap.
The
Okay.
Fallout.
This is so hard.
You have so many
You're
little
smashing
dudes
it.
to draw.
Sub-Zero.
Riding a bomb. Oh, what are you gonna ride? What's
Oh.
the headband?
He's throwing.
Oh, it's
Ryu.
Ryu.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
There it is. Oh, God.
Hadouken.
A knife.
That's a
Oh, that's
It's
awesome. That's actually sick.
It's the stabby Shiv guy from the game that we just talked about.
Yeah, but
It's the
Leatherface.
it's Stabby Man.
Shaggy.
Oh.
It's the green
Lady Stabber.
stabby guy.
Oh, God.
Lady
Lady
Stab.
Stabber.
I
Stab
got
lady.
through none of these. That's Ellie's
It's the
switchblade
slimy
from the
guy.
last.
God.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Go with
That's
colours.
very specific.
Oh
Yeah.
my
is
God,
very
that time went so
specific.
fast.
Smash that.
That's really good. I like how angry she is.
I like the
She's
dimension.
so
She's like
angry.
holding it right there. She's like,
She's
give
so
me your money.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna
Classic
go back
Last of
to
Us.
You got so much context in.
Falcon threw me. I was like, yeah,
Falcon's hard.
I-
started drawing when-
Captain Falcon's hard.
I may have made Gus's a little bit harder.
Captain Falcon, I'm
Yeah,
like, I
yeah,
know
yeah.
what he looks like. And the second I
Fuck
started
that guy.
drawing, I'm like,
Yeah.
and then I was like, he needs the car and a falcon and a punch. And it was like, and then you're like,
I need a drink.
Falcor. I'm like, close it up.
What's Captain Falcon from?
He's from F-Zero-X. He's like, Falcon Punch.
That
Josh
was
knows.
good.
Punch.
I wrote all these, by the way. That's why I'm giving context. Yeah.
Wrote it.
Why? And why? It's also why they're probably so hard.
He wrote
No,
it.
you did. I just, yeah.
As
Some of the
Josh
games.
Vault
does.
Boy. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what I mean
Is it
when I
Pip
said
Boy?
Pip Boy.
He's Vault Boy. Pit Boy's what's on your wrist,
Well,
but it's
yeah.
everything's because it has Vault Boy on it.
Fallout Boy.
The points don't matter, guys.
Oh, they matter.
All right, Peter.
Night.
Yes.
Another 2 minutes on the clock. You know where you picked up
Yep.
from where you left off?
Yep.
Just start drawing. Go for it. Here
Okay.
we go. Green. Yoshi.
Yep.
Fuck yes.
Wow. I thought you said you couldn't
This.
use colors.
Oh, who cares?
I know, you
Points
can use
don't matter.
colours. Can't use numbers. Can't use letters.
We both did that, Gus.
Toilet. Oops.
Yeah.
Ooh, now it's all I can
Tell
see.
me more.
Josh does not agree. Gladys?
Yep.
Oh.
When Josh said what, I'm like, it's wrong, so.
Very well played.
A cup.
Cuphead.
Cuphead.
Oh,
Damn
wow.
It. I was like, a cup.
Rips, what I've discovered is I can guess can't draw.
We have so much in common.
Oh, it's one of those spiky things
Pufferfish.
from the
Blue
Mario
shell.
games.
Blue shell. It's blue shell.
Oh, well played.
Oh, I was thinking those
The guys that,
Yeah,
go
yeah.
along the ground. Yep. A lacoot. No, that's. Ooh, dancing legs. No? Navi.
Skipping that one.
The fairy? Shovel.
a shovel,
Yep.
and you use it in a game.
Shovel Knight.
Shovel Knight. Oh.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, the shovel.
He's Shovel Sword.
Shovel from Shovel Knight.
Save count. Use your layers, Pete.
Time to capture the memory. 2 people and
It takes 2.
a rabbit.
Jack and Daxter.
Oh!
Ratchet Clank.
Clank. Oh, damn.
I
Wow!
couldn't have got there without
Nice.
you. I don't know if Clank was the thing we got, but Ratchet.
Yeah, we got it.
Working.
Oh, your hand's gotten sweaty.
Can't
You've
get
got
the
as
pen
much
work.
time on this
A
one as you want.
mountain.
Don't get angry
I
with
want
it.
more time.
Don't get
'cause
angry
the pen
with it.
doesn't work.
Just take it calmly.
Stop working. All the lines are fucked because the thing didn't work.
Start over.
It's
A roller skate?
It's a car.
Mm-hmm.
It's going through 2 towers.
It's gone through many towers, Gus.
It's driving through the city.
Yeah.
GTA.
At night.
What?
Nighttime.
GTA.
Night City.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, it's night.
It's Night City.
Night City.
Now finish it out. Color it. Oh, he's found the rubber now.
Wait, was it
Nice.
actually Night City or was it Cyberpunk?
Yeah, it was Night City. It was Night City.
Well done.
My goodness.
Excellent work.
Nice.
Even with the broken tablet. Steph.
Can I,
if anyone
unplug it?
was...
Can I unplug and replug? Will that do anything?
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Yeah, that'd probably be bad.
Okay.
I don't know what the deal is. Might be.
BMax says Pete's on 17. I'm on 17. Reeps is on 8.
That
and
is a
Steph
lie.
is on 12.
I'm wholly on 20 at the moment.
Also,
What is
BMax
this?
spelled Reeps' name right.
Yeah, look at this. That syntax is like 9.
This one says 9.
Yeah.
And I like Syntax's score better. I don't know how people are scoring. I think they're giving 1 point to.
A correct guess.
We're all winners.
And then if you drew it, you get a point.
Yes.
You get a point there.
fair
Which
enough.
is kind of what
If
I
it gets
explained at the
guessed.
top, but it makes no sense. Much
Whatever.
like this game.
Whatever.
All right,
It's
Steph,
just fun
you
to
ready?
draw.
It's fun to draw with a tablet that works. We're using like an in-browser draw. Oh, Steph, 3, 2, 1. Take it away.
Kirby.
Oh, wow.
Is it Kirby?
Yeah.
Steph doesn't say yes or no.
Yeah,
she
she
just
just
moves
powers
on,
on.
like a fucking
She's like, I've
champion.
got shit to
She's
do.
in the zone.
So pen seems to be working fine, Pete.
Is it working fine, Steph?
No.
No.
No, it's stopping.
Assassin's Creed
Switchblade. Switchblade.
Ellie's wristblade.
Wristblade.
Dishonored,
Switchblade.
damn.
Yeah, Ellie's in the sleeve. It's a bandolier. That's Groot.
Ninja Turtle. No, Duke Nukem.
Nathan Drake.
What the fuck? Tomb Raider. Lara Croft.
No.
She's so distressed. Armpit hair. Gorilla. Chewbacca.
Yes.
Oh, nice. That was perfect.
All right, it was a distressed Chewbacca.
Bottle. There's a ship in the bottle. You don't have to draw the ship. I know.
Fucking skip.
All right.
That's too hard.
Vacuum cleaner.
Whoop.
That's a box. Oh, it's a Mario box.
Snake in a cardboard
Oh, it's
box.
a snake in a cardboard.
Yes.
Metal Gear Solid cardboard box.
Yeah.
Bling.
That's what it is. It's a duck.
It's a duck.
Goose. Untitled Goose.
Game. Oh.
She's back. She's done.
Yeah. That's a
It's
fairy in a bottle. It's
bottle.
a yeah.
Peter gets it. Damn it.
Eggman.
Yep.
What the?
How did you?
They're married.
Jeez.
She draws to me every night.
Tell me one of your
That's a
stories.
skateboard. It's
Mum.
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
That's Tony Hawk's skateboard.
I was going to skate 3.
I've run
Steph,
out.
do more. Go to mine. Go to my list.
No, no.
Go, Peter.
No, don't go to
Yeah,
Peter's
because
one.
I'm not doing another round.
Oh,
I'm
that's
done.
a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go to the
Peter's
bottom.
list.
Go right to the bottom.
5 seconds. Last one. She gets all the time she needs. What the fuck? James Bond. In a suit.
Iron Man.
Oh.
No.
Oh no, yeah, the suit and a moustache.
Bang.
Agent 47.
Oh, it was Agent. Oh, it was the back of the head. It was the back of the head.
But it's,
Wait, it's the Exorcist. He just snapped his nose.
Wait, what?
He could go
so it's
180.
Agent 47 because he's in a suit, but the barcode
just
on the
one.
back
You
is there.
weren't getting it on
Okay.
the suit alone. So I was
Exorcist
like, I gotta draw the
47.
barcode, but
I thought it was a weird moustache.
Yeah.
I thought it was like Zoidberg's like a little mandible thing.
I love it.
I like to hope that one of his costumes that he can change us into is just putting his suit on the wrong way. Hang on.
oh no, my ribs.
Well done.
That was so well played.
You are clearly running away with it. That was amazing. Or he has his neck broken.
Yeah.
But he does
Okay,
more of
that
that.
makes sense.
You can skip the first one if it's.
I don't even know where I am.
On
Okay. Yep.
He's back. He's good. If
I
you-
tried to go draw Galahorn at one point as well. That was very hard.
that's what the gun thing was.
Before you start, breathe. Get the shaky hands.
It's the
Some
tools.
people, he can be shaky if he wants.
Yeah, shake
I'm
it
a
up.
shaky man.
He's
a shaky man.
Shake and bake, baby.
Here we go.
Shake and bake. Spyro. Rhino. Oh, it's a moth. It's a stink.
It's Batman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Batarang?
shit, yeah.
Wait, what would you...
Orange button.
Come on.
What is it?
It's a Batarang.
Oh, Batarang.
I feel like I get you there.
You did. You got us there.
I get you there.
Oh God, sorry.
But
that
you
didn't-
get all the credit.
You have to keep drawing.
Yeah, this is not what I wanted to
Pikachu.
do. Yes.
What?
Yeah, you got that,
No.
baby. Don't even worry about it.
Wow, you guys are in sync, man.
We're married.
That's amazing. He draws me every night.
Wario.
Let's go.
Oh, we all got a point.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Among Us again.
A baby.
Oh, it's the baby
Oh,
it's
oh.
baby from Death Stranding.
Journey?
Oh, it's a Fall Guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well
That's
done.
what it
It's
is.
a jelly
Oh,
bean, man.
Jesus.
Every one of these has started with,
What is it?
oh, God.
I don't know how to do.
Oh, it's the blocks that fall on you in Wario. Like dudes that are made of cement.
No,
Ah.
but they are falling.
Oh, it's a falling block, man.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Oh, I like it.
I wasn't even on the thing there. I'm not even on
It was like the one I got here.
Yeah. Oh God. Okay. Skip.
Yeah, skip that.
Oh jeez.
It's like, we've
Fall
made
Guy.
it's like we've made a broken back in Jackbox game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now take your
Yeah.
friend's drawing.
This is better than
This
Jackbox.
is a flower.
Yes. And it.
A sunflower, obviously. No, it's a
It's
daisy.
a Plants vs. Zombies pea shooter thingy.
It's a pissing flower.
It's a flower from the game Flower by that game company.
Yeah, all the time you need for this one.
Pikmin?
Trying to.
Add
Shooting
more elements.
seeds.
That's all.
That's an acorn. No.
We can get there. We can get there.
If I do.
Yeah. If you do.
Mario. Sunflower.
It's a power.
It's a fire flower.
It's a
Fire flower.
fire
There you go.
flower.
Yeah. I nailed that.
Fire
Hold on.
flower.
Can I just do one last one? See
Please.
if I can do it.
I want to see it. Oh, you getting the glove?
Peanut.
Got the glove. What's that? That is Sans.
Dignity, yes.
Dignity.
Dignity, guys. How'd you not get that?
It's dignity.
Nailed it.
Dignity.
Beautiful
All
dignity.
right.
Oh, wow.
So many get through. That's why I've brought this.
Oh, now you're down to business.
Oh,
Here we
no.
go. Look at this.
Jeez.
Glides
Oh.
around.
Oh, it's the glove.
That
Oh,
makes sense.
Well, if you see my little pockety.
no, I saw that little
dignity
pest.
when you see it.
All right. Gloves on.
Yeah.
Looking
Yeah,
at
he's
that.
put a little glove on
Sex glove.
it. Sex glove.
Crying.
Crying.
Yep. So little and crying.
Oh my God.
It's
Emoji movie.
It's sadness.
Oh.
It's blood. It's Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy.
It's the.
Oh, Super Mario.
Binding of Isaac.
Yes.
Binding of Isaac. Nice. Oh,
Um.
that's perfect. Yeah.
Nailed that.
The red Meat Boy too.
Master Sword.
It's a.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we're married.
Alright. That's not working.
Space
Rugrats.
Invader.
Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Oh no.
He's a mouse.
all good.
It's terrifying.
The bones.
Oh Josh.
Texas Chainsaw Man.
Oh, Leatherface.
Fucking.
I don't know what that is, man.
Shooting.
No, I got it.
He's got a
Angry,
Killzone guy.
angry
believe.
gunman.
Stormtrooper.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
No, I got it.
I got it.
That's
a
a
bomb.
bomb.
Yep.
Bomberman, bomb.
Fucking.
We got plenty of time. I'm not sure. Toad.
Among Us. Master Chief. Samus. Doom Guy.
Yes.
Oh wow.
What?
That was so well. I like doing it.
Skip. Don't know that one. Next
Been
one.
married.
This is a commune. We're all married.
The raccoon from
Five
freaking
Nights at
Animal
Freddy's.
Crossing. Tom Nook.
Yep. Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Why are they all a circle?
They're all circle guys.
From
it's a holy hand
Worms?
grenade.
Yes.
Nice.
But what from?
Fucking...
Oh, from Worms?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
For the love of God.
Wait. What the
I only
fuck?
know it from.
Among Us.
Among Us.
No. Skip. Last
got a
one.
more. It's
Sus
got a
Among
more.
Us.
Um.
Damn it.
Last one, you got as much time as you like.
You
Take
got
your
this,
time.
buddy.
Take your time.
Easy.
Relax, guys. You're so shaky.
Don't be a rapes on your own show.
Ah. You had all the time in the world and you did
Yoshi.
this? Oh, we did Yoshi. Oh, it's Rayman.
It's Rayman.
Oh,
I was
that
like,
is
that's
so
Yoshi.
Damn, that's good. That's
Rayman.
very good. Well
Oh, thank
Nice work.
you.
That's a really good Rayman.
I had quite a few to go, but the one you didn't. Yeah, we got Stormtrooper.
I
We got
just want to play that
Stormtrooper.
forever.
Stormtrooper was good.
It's
We
just
got
a fun
Stormtrooper.
visual game, and I like watching people draw stuff.
Oh man,
Yeah.
we're gonna find a smoother drawing program for the next time we do that.
Yeah.
Because I think almost every part of that works.
You know what
But I
works
think
every
that's fun.
time? Pen and paper.
not as fun, Pete. You and your bloody
bit
old-
wasteful though. Bit
You
wasteful.
and your
Especially
if we were going
antiquated
through,
pen and
We've
paper.
only had one of those portfolios for the whole show. Though,
That's
so,
true that we
yeah.
do for the
They
others.
exist.
yeah,
Oh,
but that's like a slower paced game. This one you've got to get through
It's
as many
fast.
as you
How
can.
about
yeah.
whiteboard? You know, you put in the middle.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you gotta rub it out. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
true.
true.
That's
No,
true.
this,
You got me
this
there.
can work.
No,
this
that'll
can
work.
work.
That'll work.
We can
I
make this
found
work.
when it comes to drawing segments, the best one so far is Pocketionary.
Pictionary. It's just Pictionary.
Why have you tried to
Put an E in it.
complicate
Even no
this?
dignity when you say it.
Pocket
Probably one of my
Shenary.
favorite Simpsons quotes.
Pocketionary.
You know, dignity when you see it.
That was Pocketionary, and now it is time for an ad.
Yes, it is.
Right, I have 2 design pieces to finish off, so much other work to do, no distractions. I need to get this done. Maybe just one game. Right, he's to the left, he's to the left. Come on, help me! Ah, come on!
Gameplay! Shut up! Let's go! League of Geeks Jumplight Odyssey is launching into space and also early access. Arguably the best thing about this game is you get to pat a pig. Pat, pat. After a couple of bumps in the road, we're finally getting our big, beefy hands-on wrestle quest. It's even got my favorite character from The Princess Bride.
Hello, lady.
Immortals of Aveum has you shooting some kind of colourful magic out of your hands like a machine gun wizard. Have you seen the hand play in that game? It's like... In games that I still don't think anybody was asking for news, Smurfs card is releasing on PC. Are we sure that Papa Smurf is fit to drive at the age of 542? Doesn't feel safe. And finally, after 10 years of no From Software mecha shooters, Armored Core is back with Fires of Rubicon. There's quite a lot to choose from, so what have you got your... Is that Papa Smurf? Oh god! Ah!
History is filled with almosts. For those who almost achieved their dream of looking like Freddie Mercury. Who almost got their name pronounced correctly, but not quite.
All right, we got a question here from Toxichorg.
Toxichorg.
It's
Hog, remember? But then there are those who steal their nerve, put on their fishnets, and utter the 6 simple words which have been whispered by the intrepid since the time of the Romans. My twin is my worm wang. Toxicoin, the finest in crypto tech. Fill up your butt wallet today. Bit wallet. Now clench.
Hi, LauCat here. You might know me from such published works as the Djinn series, the Guardians of Evil East series, and my upcoming cozy fantasy novel Enemies to Booksellers. This isn't a word from our sponsors. This is a challenge. I'm challenging the Back Pocket crew to do some fun and weird things. For my first challenge, the Back Pocket crew, I challenge you to perform their Macarena. Bye!
Welcome back to the show, everybody. We had Toxichorg and podcast promos, and we had the Coastal City and LauCat. Wasn't it right?
You know what I think of whenever I hear that song? I had a screensaver that was macaroni bits
Doing the Macarena.
falling down
Yes.
from the sky, and then they would all grow arms and legs and get up, and they would
do the
They
Macarena.
would do but they would do the macaroni.
Yes, that's exactly.
Remember those old like Arnott Shapes
I thought it was
ads
hilarious.
where they zoom in on the Arnott Shapes and there's
Yeah.
actual
Oh my
people? That's what it
God.
reminds me of. Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Flavor so big you can see it. Or
Yes.
whatever
Yeah,
it was.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Great
so good.
campaign. Great campaign.
Quick, similar segue, tiny story, shit fact. Macarena, song like that. Do you remember? This is really short. I promise. Do you remember the ketchup song?
Why are we? No, this is such a shit story.
I'll tell later.
I'll tell you
Save it
one
for the
thing I'll
post
say.
Save it for the post show.
No one's going to come to the post show for the ketchup story.
There's the ketchup song
The ketchup
story.
song story.
It blew Peter's mind. Come to the post show. Have your mind.
Have your mind blown.
We love the ketchup song.
Yep, and I've got a story behind it.
If you didn't hear it in Macarena version, we just saw ads from the Coastal City and LauCat, words from. And thank you, LauCat. Love that. Keep them coming.
Yeah.
Published author LauCat.
We saw...
Also throwing it back on us, where it was like, make
Yeah.
a word from a sponsor, fill
like-
our content. And they're
yeah.
like, do something else. I'm like,
dance monkey.
Dance monkey
is what
dance.
they
Dance
said
monkey,
back.
dance monkey.
And we did.
And we sure did. We saw the Toxichorg ad, Clench. And promo for the podcast. Podcast out tomorrow is the Saddle Club extended conversation. You would have seen some already on socials, but make sure you listen to Pocket Buds tomorrow and hear the full conversation with two of the OG cast of the Saddle Club.
Which, without context, is very bizarre. But there is a Saddle Club.
So they
TV show.
What do you call it?
Yes.
Listen to the
it's-
podcast to find
The
out.
Sims have a horse ranch expansion.
Right.
And to promote it, they got the Saddle Club girls in.
Yeah, amazing.
So, bit of a stretch, but they did it, and we took advantage of being able to talk to them. And we're like, sure. So Ruby did the full conversation. And that's the podcast that's going up tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hello world, this is me.
That's as much as you can sing of that.
ABC will come for
Life
us.
should
They're gonna
be.
You can't stop it.
But moving on with the show, we've got another segment. Obviously, Gamescom has been happening and is underway right now. Lots of trailers and stuff have come out over the last couple of days, last 24 hours. So we're going to we're just going to jump into a segment which will become a recurring segment because now there's a graphic for it. It's Trailer Park Theatre.
Because now there's a graphic for it. Yeah, cool. Oh, I
Beautiful.
see. It's kind of like a
It's Trailer Park.
yeah. I was gonna say like a grindhouse thing where they've got like, you know,
Was grindhousey.
yeah.
For sure.
Popcorn bar. So close to being rude. Just the way
Yeah.
that reads.
Sure.
It's like, and that little
Sure.
stuffed pockety next to it. I don't like what I'm seeing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No, that's
you
a
did
great-
it. You did
There
it.
No, I
is-
didn't.
my.
Yeah. That was Will.
As well.
Oh.
Yeah. He stuffed
Well.
every
He
orifice
stuffed
as well.
every pocket.
So
Wait, what time is it?
we're fine. 9:12. We won't dwell on everything. We're not going to show everything. If you want to go and watch it, watch the opening night live show. Was a 90-minute feature with Jeff Keighley, and then there have been Xbox shows. There was the Future Games Showcase as well. The Future Games Showcase was awesome. But the Gamescom.
Gamescom.
It's actually not a very good mouthfeel.
Gamescom. Gamescom. I always forget what it's called.
The fact that you said mouthfeel.
We were just filling orifices.
Popcorn. Gamescom. None of these are good.
Opening night live show. It basically retrod a lot of stuff, but there was some new announcers as well.
Speaking of retrod, Keely got bum rushed on the stage again.
He did get bum rushed on the stage again during the opening segment.
opening bit.
We can watch that. It's in the Starfield piece. It's after the live action trailer. It's where the live action trailer came out.
Idiot got up on stage and tried to grab the mic.
If you want to bring that up, Josh.
And just like say GTA 6 on loop. Like that's all he said. It was just weird and stupid.
Gamers are so awesome.
So like, Keely did the like, I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed afterwards. And rightly so. But yeah. But he also came out and mentioned before that like this is mainly about revisiting a lot of properties that have already been announced. There's not going to be like exclusives like there are at the Game Awards. And this is more about following up. Key 3, thank you. Yep. This is more about following up with a bunch of trailers to like flesh out a bunch of games that are announced. A couple of ones in there were new announcements though.
Yeah.
Like Killing Floor 3.
Little Nightmares 3 as well.
That's right.
Pretty much opened the show.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Starfield did open the show. Keely got bum rushed straight after the live action trailer. We've been talking about the live action trailer. Why do they fucking do it? It's not for gamers.
I know.
It's like feels like such a.
There he is.
So
there he is.
This pair of idiots have been running around.
Two.
Yeah. German stages over the last few weeks apparently just saying GTA. Idiots. But we saw a trailer for Little Nightmares 3, which is exciting. It's coming. We saw another trailer for Black Myth Wukong, which looked great. The Killing Floor 3 trailer was disgusting and really cool. And I know Killing Floor is really popular, so it's cool. There's a new one coming out. But first stop for us tonight really is Crimson Desert. Did you guys see this trailer?
Hell yes.
I have
So
not seen it,
Crimson
no.
Desert is made by the Black Desert Online developer.
Oh, okay.
And it is an action RPG, so it's no longer MMO. It is, but because it's made by an MMO developer, it's got. This trailer is 3.5 minutes long, and it's just got so much shit in it. It's like
it's a trailer. It's a trailer where as you watch it, you're like, I think I know what game this is. What type of game? And then it goes on. You're like, okay, now I think I know what type of game this is. And then more shit happens. You're like, this is off the charts.
Wow.
So yeah, it's like medieval setting, but there's obviously magic and some pretty crazy visceral combat.
Yeah.
It looks like a Mountain Blade or a Chivalry style thing.
Yeah.
But then, he rides headfirst into a bunch of troops. It looks stunning.
That's a nice slow pan.
I love that they spent time in their trailer to show the horse walking sideways as well. The horse animations are just premium.
They're good.
They got a dressage horse in to do the motion.
Is he stealing a lamb?
He's returning a lamb, I would hope. But yeah, it just looks like this is like role playing, but mixed with like some crazy action. It kind of gives me Dragon's Dogma vibes, but just like ratcheted up some GTA vibes, go and steal a cart and I don't know. It's
the shit out of medieval GTA.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's just what this kind of gives a vibe of. It looks insane.
Oh my god, imagine the RP community for a game like this.
Yeah.
If it goes the way of GTA and Red Dead.
Well, I don't know how online this will be. Probably not at all.
Oh, really?
And that's the point, right? They have an MMO. What they've learned making an MMO in Black Desert Online.
Did we say that?
They're making a story-based action RPG.
Right.
Yeah.
So this is a massive open world, but it's a single-player experience built by the team that have been making an MMO. MMOs have come so far that they translate directly into
the
action
MMO
RPG
part
now.
becomes redundant. It's
exactly.
Look at that tree.
It's got Assassin's Creed climbing. It has.
I love trees.
It's got like it just
taming a horse.
It's got so much game sort of combined into one.
Right. There's so much to take in. I can't quite get my head around it.
Yeah.
This is too much.
I went back and watched all the little bits of it, and I was like, "There's horse drifting."
Yeah.
What?
It feels like they've got.
What?
Isn't it epic?
It feels like they pulled stock animations from an entire library of stock animations and just put it into the
they've
game.
asked the kid, "What do you want in a game?" And they're like, "This." And
high
then
jump.
and then turns into a sorcerer, and then he pulls.
I want high jump.
There's like
steals a sheep.
Tears of the Kingdom Skylands and skydiving.
Yeah.
There's like
it's like a fake game.
There's kind of
It is like a fake game.
There's kind of Elden Ring
guy.
kind of like big areas running around. Like it's nuts.
This looks sick.
I'm confused. I'm so confused by this because a reveal for this game would usually start with a teaser and then a cutscene little bit, and then we'd start to see like a little bit of gameplay. It's weird for our first look at this game to be so much gameplay and then nothing else.
And as far as I'm aware, this is the first we've heard of Crimson Desert, and it is out in the next 3 months.
It's wild.
It has an autumn 23 release date, so our spring. Which we're coming into now. So
What's it about, or does it not matter?
I mean, it doesn't matter.
I think
This
that's
point.
what it's about. It's just crazy.
I love it almost fills the category.
It's been advertised long ago. Yeah, right.
It fills the category of if you only buy one game this year.
Yeah.
It can be this game.
It's like
because
just Cause Fantasy Edition. It's crazy.
That looks
That's nuts.
insane.
Anyway, I genuinely saw that trailer and was like, I didn't believe what I saw.
Yeah.
I was like, this, you're right, has fake game vibes because it's promising too much, but I love everything it's promising.
So they announced it ages ago. They did post teaser stuff, but that was a while ago as well. So
Were there any cutscenes? Has anyone
That
seen
was
cutscenes?
it.
Yeah.
No,
well,
but yeah,
so,
I
I
don't
don't know what they've shown in
that
the
was
past.
all gameplay almost from the looks of it. Yeah. So the
But it
story
looks
will
like
be-
it's ready to roll out in the next 3 months.
Yeah,
I'm for it.
We saw, for anyone who's interested in AC Mirage, go and look up that. It's like a city exploration trailer. Very nice.
Yeah.
There's the Tekken 8 story mode. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, I want to talk about in the room because their trailer for this was there's open combat missions is the new thing in this COD. So it's kind of bringing a little bit of their Warzone / Plummet.
DMZ.
DMZ.
Oh, okay.
What was it called before that? Plummet?
Plunder.
Plunder, thank
Yeah.
you. I was like, I wasn't that far off, right? With Plummet. Plunder into the campaign. You jump into a campaign. It's a much bigger open map, and you can choose how you want to play out the mission. And they're built into the story.
Yeah.
So that's what they're spruiking as kind of the reason to get into Modern Warfare 3.
I've heard that they're also bringing back like Modern Warfare 2 maps. Like they're like, we're bringing all the Modern Warfare 2 maps from the original Modern Warfare 2 and stuff.
Yeah, I get. I mean, I think everyone's been getting quite confused at how they are sort of soft rebooting their story through the Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3. And there are all these big story beat moments that they're bringing back, but with like a twist. Or so there are all those moments that were in, in this one. I think the trailer showed like underwater ice and snowmobiles, which is like, oh yeah, there was a whole mission around that. There was a prison that you abseiled into and got someone out.
Jump a couple of minutes in,
there was the no Russian mission, which is the
terminal one.
The terminal where you shot everyone as the bad guys, but they're spruiking that they're like, oh, I had that big Russian bagger. None of this is anything I remember, and I played all those games. So I think it's something as a fan service people really like.
Yeah.
But yeah, the open mission structure for me is the thing that I'm like, I hope it's cool. Like I'm bored with I'm always bored with the campaigns of COD. I never really enjoy them.
That's interesting. Like I
know you do.
Yeah. Well, I think the only good thing about COD actually, but the because they're basically bite size, so
movies.
crafted action
very
movies.
cinematic linear story experiences.
Yeah, and they're just it's set piece to set piece to set piece. I actually don't love the idea of open combat missions because it means it's not going to have set pieces in it. And I think that's the reason why I play a COD campaign. I spend the better part of 8 hours with every COD game before I move on, and I don't want to spend 15 hours doing missions again and again in different ways.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my only thing is that I totally get what you mean, and like the linear action set pieces from COD have never really resonated with me because they do feel so forced, and so like I can just tell where everything's going to happen, what's going to happen, and I do revert back to I still play Battlefield 1 multiplayer because it feels like there are battlefield moments, which is because you're in a big battle, so when something happens, you kind of want to yell like, "Oh my god, this helicopter flipped over me because someone fell out of it as a motorbike." So that moment only happened to you, and it feels very organic and real in a battle. And I wonder like if they're steering towards that, but it is difficult when you're trying to carve a mission through it or carve an objective into it versus multiplayer is just multiplayer. It's everyone's out there having fun blowing stuff up. So I worry that always is a bit of a miss.
So is it like it's not open world? It's just non-linear
I think they're just
missions that you
big
can
sandboxes, and you can pick loadouts and stuff. Basically, like you can choose if you want to go guns blazing or play it stealthily, and use the.
There'll be some linearity to it, but it'll.
How
they
the
always do
missions
this.
Unlock.
There's like bits
Because
of
surely the story needs to be told in some sort of.
You'll still have to go through
chronology,
a door
yeah.
at one point, and they often like sort of tout these
You'll
as
breach.
big. You'll breach. But there's a courtyard, and you can attack that courtyard in 5 different ways, and that's my guess.
Yeah, well, the
That's how
map they
this-
showed was pretty large.
Okay.
Like it looked like it was many times the scale of what we're used to seeing in a campaign. And they're still levels. So you'll do this kind of stuff where you breach a prison facility kind of thing, and it's very linear. But then you might go into a bigger map for a couple of missions. It's good. It's good to shake stuff up.
It's very dark. This one, this trailer.
Yeah. But people are reasonably excited about this.
I'm glad they're trying something. That's it. That's
Totally.
my thing.
Yeah. Why not? We saw Nightingale again. That got a release date. Grand Blue Fantasy Relink was one of those games that I don't recognize, but the people that like Grand Blue Fantasy Relink will be frothing.
I love that statement from you. That sentence.
Zenless Zone Zero was another thing. I was like, the fuck is this? It's Hoyo versus so the Genshin Impact team's new game, and it's set, rather than being like a fantasy setting, it's set in like dystopic urban, or it's not really dystopic. It's kind of just like dank urban environment. So it's a lot cooler. It's a little bit more jet set kind of setting.
Okay.
And it looks like it'll be similar to Genshin, gacha-y by design. But all of the design looked really cool, and a little bit like if Splatoon's design was played a little broader.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, they've, as much as you could shit on Genshin Impact, like it knows what it is and it nailed it, and it's got a huge base of fans. And I've played it because I had to for some like game capture, and I was like, yeah, I can see why this is fun. Like they know how to make a game sort of pull you through, whether or not that is the gacha stuff or it is just like we can do basic gameplay well. Is this kind of trying to be a little bit of a like Persona meets?
I think it's playing with that aesthetic, but still trying to pull people into the Genshin style of gameplay, which is a phenomenon. And I'm sure if they've captured all of the fantasy crowd they're going to capture with Genshin, this will capture the Persona
This is for all your
crowd.
like techie, Akira-y kind of like love all this sort of vibe. So yeah, cool.
Yeah. So I mean, this will be a microtransaction fest, but I know people love those games, so they might have fun with this. We saw a couple of Sonics. We saw the co-op mode for Sonic Superstars. Still looks pretty average. There's DLC for Frontiers called Final Horizons.
Put it down.
Why?
Shoot it.
The First Descendant. I can't remember what that is. It's another generic-y kind of action game. Fort Solis is a kind of moody walking sim that's out now that is not reviewing well. But
is that the space?
Yeah, it's kind of like
I think
it's like psychological thriller horror game. I think it's going to stream reasonably well.
Okay. What's the game? Sorry, what was it called?
It's called Fort Solis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a kind of like combatless Mars explorer. Like imagine you had Dead Space with that. I'm assuming no combat.
Or to me it reads like that deep underwater game.
Soma?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So it hasn't reviewed particularly well. It came out and this was like it's out now trailer 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
But we did get a very exciting a bit of footage of Expeditions, a Mud Runner game.
Wow.
No.
And this game looks...
I missed a lot of this, so like...
just gorgeous.
I went back and watched us talk about Mud Runner on this show. I've just happened to find the clip.
Yeah.
And how I had everyone convinced I started. And everyone's like, why do you play this crap? Have you played any of the Mud Runner or Snow Runner games?
No, I've seen them, but I haven't played them.
They are fantastic.
I was like, what the hell is Mud Runner?
And so well detailed.
Right, okay.
You should stream one. I think you'd get a kick out of learning it live. Like, it has such a kind of like, this is not my jam when everyone who starts playing it.
Yeah.
And the intricacies and the satisfaction of getting just out of a bog.
Yeah. It's a game about getting bogged, and you will get bogged.
Is it like one that would be great with a steering wheel, or is
no,
it more...
No. It's literally you like third-person camera around your car to like change the gears and winch to you sit in the car when you drive, but it's like you winch reaps.
Yeah.
You winch.
Metal detectors.
This looks beautiful.
It does look gorgeous. It's crazy. It's crazy how popular this is. Yeah, it's awesome.
If you could put a fucking tent on there,
you got yourself a perfect vehicle.
Game of the year. This looks like you're building a base, though.
You need a little hollow... You need a little hollow tree stump on a hill, and you've got Gus's perfect game.
Legitimately, it was the thing I kind of got the most excited
about.
That
is so cool. Oh man, that series has learnt what it is as it's come out with its DLC. It knows what it is, but like it's found its fan base and it's worked out how to cater for them. I think really interestingly.
It got me once I played it in multiplayer, because then trying to winch each other out of bogs is like a particular joy, because you try and like. It's to make a Simpsons reference, it's like I'll pull my leg out with my arm and my arm out with my face.
Aussie Manny, Car Stranding. Perfect.
Very
lovely.
good.
Oh man, I love it. I love it.
CD
ban
Projekt
Miss
Red
Shard,
with
by
it.
the way.
Sorry.
Just want to ban Miss Shard if we can.
Yeah, we can ban Miss Shard.
Hey, you're gonna teach you how to put it into third.
Just a quick ban would be great, guys.
Hey, Reeves was
I can't
talking
ban
at the
Daniel,
start of the show about how much he roasts his chat. I mean, come on, man.
He getting
But they're
roasted
bringing
back.
it in here. Anyway, how dare they? Anyway.
CD Projekt Red were there. They were talking about they basically officially labeled Phantom Liberty as Cyberpunk 2.0. Basically, all the updates that for Phantom Liberty are going to be part of the main game as 2.0 update.
So is
And
Phantom
then-
Liberty extra content at all? or
Correct.
is-
Yeah, it
okay,
is
cool.
paid DLC story.
Yeah.
But all of the updates to the systems are going to go into the.
Is this-
game.
You can't. They also announced you can't. Your current V that you have in the game, you cannot take them to the new.
Right, so
you
it's
have
like
to-
a standalone.
It's a restart. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Is,
like
um,
a-
Well, it's almost a ground up rebuild of the
Yeah,
systems
it's a
in
full,
the game.
it's a full restructure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stormgate is the
God, video game titles without context is just confusing and stupid.
It really is.
Sure.
it's the RTS that people are keen, kind of wishing success for. It's just had another little trailer that was kind of just a celebration of it and showed some of the art. It didn't really do
That
much,
guy's
but
pen
Their
works.
That's what I would have done for the lamb from Cult of the Lamb if I had a good pen.
Yeah.
That was a joke, but Steph genuinely looked like pain when she's like,
there wasn't a lot of time spent on this, but it was just nice to see it because it looks like they're working on it still. Excited to see that. Last Epoch got a release date of September 7th. Marvel Snap got a big update because it's now it's got an update coming, which is like a Daredevil. I don't know what it is, but there's Daredevil and a bunch of other weird characters. Ghost Rider guy. But there's an update for people who are playing
adding
it.
the guy adds that he knows it's Ghost Rider. But if you say guy, you're like, I disapprove and this is
I don't
stupid.
know. I don't know.
I don't know what's hip with the kids these days, but apparently it's this
Deadpool
Ghost
Man.
Rider guy.
But they go into weird like Looney Tunes.
It's a cool cutscene.
They go into like Looney Tunes art style.
Oh yeah, they did for
Well,
us.
they
So
do
like
that
I
thing
was
where
confused.
Spider-Verse
Well, all the
influence.
I was gonna
cards
say,
have, when you get a hero, you unlock that character in all the different art styles throughout time. So different, like Thor's done really
That's
detailed
cool.
and really.
I
So
didn't know
I'm
that,
assuming
yeah.
one of those art styles is like a cute version of it.
Oh, wow.
Is that Sailor Moon?
It's a Sailor
I-
mask.
I
No, but
don't know.
that was
It
the
looked like
kind of
Sailor Moon.
style,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's what I read it as, but I didn't know that Sailor Moon was Marvel on it. Anyway, native PC support is the big thing. So there's an app for PC.
Oh,
so,
okay.
I don't
Squirrel
know.
Girl.
I don't know how
Squirrel
people were
Girl.
playing it
Sailor Squirrel.
on their PCs before, if they were.
A lot of love
but
for Squirrel Girl.
Native PC support. Warhaven is melee multiplayer PvP. There was Mortal Kombat 1 showing some characters. It was just fucking brutal violence.
I'm very
I've got
excited
it.
for that.
Have you like that initial trailer for Mortal Kombat 1? I was like, this is fine at the beginning. I was like, so sweet, so
Yeah.
lovely, great. And then the fatalities, I was like, I've never
Yeah.
seen this level of gore.
I know, they don't hold back.
I love I love Mortal Kombat X. I think there might have been one in between, but this is kind of again a soft reboot of all those characters because they know their stories get so silly. And in that soft-ish reboot, watching the gameplay footage, it showed what are not the fatalities, but a lot of the hits that happen mid-fight, where it does an X-ray zoom on a bit of the character being hurt. And they used to be really gross, like knives through the eyes, zooms, but that wasn't the fatality. And watching this trailer, a lot of them would just hit him in the ribs, crack the rib, and I'm like, oh, maybe they're realizing even for Mortal Kombat, it's just stupid to show violence all the time, and they're making it more of a like cool stylized hero fighter with some cool X-ray
With some
punches.
brutal
And then a fatality happened, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
but I think focusing
You've got to
just
build
on the fatalities.
anticipation for the Mega Gore, I guess.
Yes,
That's
I think
true,
that's
yeah.
it. And those Mega Gore fatalities are wild.
When character uses hair to rip limbs off and then puppet,
inject into limbs,
and then puppet the dude, it was like,
and then slice the guy down the middle and just. I was just like,
Oh my
it's
god.
too much.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I think,
Boone,
I think it
relax,
was
mate.
those X-ray attacks mid-fight would kill someone in real life, but
Yes.
now they've
Yeah,
made them just
yeah.
like they would really injure them. I
Yeah.
probably eat my words when they show it later on. I'm like, oh no, it's still just as violent, but the fatalities, far.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah, and it was Sindel from Mortal Kombat 3 originally, who's now turning up in this one. who's like a fan favorite. A lot of like fan favorites, I think, are maybe turning up in this.
Even
which would be cool.
Gronk is
Gronk.
Diablo 4. They just showed that Season of Blood is the next season. There was no footage or anything of that.
What was the first season?
Season of the Malignant.
Now
It's
Blood.
never a
This
season
is a
of
vampire
sunshine and
thing.
puppies, is it?
Season of Blood is a vampire thing.
Lots of seasons.
Thank goodness you're here.
Let's just watch it.
Yeah, we can watch it, but we're gonna watch something that puts this to shame.
Not quite
soon.
peas, not quite beans, but something special in between.
Give your wife the best. Give her Big Ron's big pies.
What?
Drink, the drink, the drink, the pink.
Oh, turn the music off, actually.
Yeah, actually, we'll get done for this. Anyone sung that in a pub?
Yes.
Millie the Pink?
I
Great song.
I don't recognize it at all.
Cute.
This looks wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this looks like it's probably a little bit of a
Has
hub.
Untitled Goose Game vibes.
Yeah, hub game with
Yeah.
a bunch of mini games built into it.
Yep.
Is what I think it will probably play as. But a cute story thing.
I think you're just like this strange, small little man who's like both solving and causing problems around these kind of picture book vignettes with some amazing animation. We heard Matt Berry, his voice early on. So it has a very British vibe to everything here.
But it's like a little guy show.
It does, doesn't it? It's got ADSF. What's that animator who does the little like short films, the Cupcake Who Wants to Die and all that stuff.
I know.
Meow Meow, Macau, all that stuff. Astifer.
It also reminds me, of those.
Peter, you know what I'm talking about.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Picture books, but also like a bit like Where's Wally, where they had those ones that we had to find things in it. Like there's so much on screen and lots of little characters and little stories that are happening in every corner of the picture.
Look, as a game, I don't know what it's going to be, but after so much like Daggerfall, Fire of Immortals, that came on, I was like, well, that was great. And go watch it if you haven't seen it already with the music. Very cool.
They wrapped the opening night live thing up with Alan Wake 2, and showed this is the first time we've seen footage of Alan Wake in Alan Wake, because the last footage they showed was the other character. And we saw a lot of the because we've seen trailers and stuff with all this live action stuff. This is all in the game. Live action and in-game engine stuff bleed into each other by design in the game, and their kind of their creative decision is that he's not sure what reality is, and so the character bleeds through both realities, which is cool.
Remedy have played around a lot. They did it with Control, but they've done it with Alan Wake, and I think they've done it with some Max Payne's, where they put their TV. Not the original Max Payne, but they put real life footage on their TVs a lot of the time. It's kind of become a little.
The first Alan Wake had a Twilight Zone TV show that they shot and had on the televisions in the game.
But the first Max Payne had a full. It was still images, but a full Italian drama that played out with the full. You could listen to the full episode as it kind of cycled through 4 images, but it was a fully fleshed out thing. So it's kind of like their calling card to use vision. But
But it looks like it's been done in the most creatively interesting way
Totally.
so far in this. I'm very excited to see how that because if Alan Wake was just kind of going to be like a sequel, action horror, to the original, all of like this many years later, I feel like it would be super disappointing. So to see this, it just looks sick.
Hopefully there's substance to it. Yeah.
I think the premise of him losing his mind and not knowing if he's reality or a game, or not even a game, just what reality he's in, and they've got that medium to play with. That's why.
Quantum Break had FBI agents investigating the Alan Wake story. Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's all in the same universe, isn't it? Even Control's in the same universe. I
forgot about Quantum Break.
Remedyverse.
I should finish Control. People loved it.
Yeah, me too.
It was. I didn't get it either, but I feel like I'm in the minority for sure.
Yeah.
So that was it for the opening night live. Future Game Showcase was the other big one. There was an Xbox showcase, but it didn't really do anything new. It kind of just spent time with Pete Hines talking about Starfield, and then Phil Spencer was on at the end as well, and they just kind of went into depth on some things. But Future Game Showcase was banger after banger. There was a RoboCop Rogue City trailer. Looks sick. Gangs of Sherwood is a Robin Hood action RPG. Sprawl is what we were talking about the other week. Like it's a retro shooter in the style of Quake.
Nice.
Sorry, I love that Pete's selling these to the appropriate audience. There's a RoboCop game, Gus. Sherwood.
You'd like that, wouldn't you,
You'd
Gus?
like some RoboCop.
I do like Detroit.
You love pretending that you enjoy
I
all
know my
nostalgia.
audience.
Yeah,
I do love RoboCop.
And then like Sherwood with Robin Hood. Yeah. He has a bow and arrow, Stephanie.
You love that thing.
And Reeps. What do you got for Reeps?
RoboCop
Reeves,
is there.
How do you like... Oh, you don't like AKs because you couldn't draw one.
Oh.
AK-Zolotl. Axolotl.
So it's a gun that's in it.
No.
It's an
That's
actual
an
axolotl
with a gun.
Okay.
It's an axolotl
Oh.
twin stick shooter.
But like badass. Yeah, at least spits out the dummy. Yeah.
Sign me up. I'm
Let's
ready.
go.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cute as hell.
It is cute as hell.
Look at that
is
raccoon.
so cool.
Look at the everything.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
How do they make this stuff? Like,
Yeah.
let's just do this universe.
Drugs.
With this. Yeah,
Probably drugs.
Yeah, a lot of drugs.
Lots of drugs.
Does this have?
Oh my
I
god,
was going to
that's
ask.
So sweet.
So it's got it's doing the Cult of the Lamb
Cult of
thing.
the Lamb style thing.
It's
where
all
you-
the diver scuba Dan.
Yeah.
Dave.
the diver.
all
yeah.
games need to be more than one game now.
That's it.
Yes, so true.
Or at least all twin stick top down crazy combat games need to have something else in them, and that's kind of true of.
Good
I
question.
think, the
Am I
genre.
going to ask if this is Devolver? It does look very Devolver-esque.
I don't
doesn't
know
it?
if they are publishing it. No, I don't know.
Wow, that title is
Axolotl. Okay.
Axolotl.
So 2 weeks away.
And you had trouble with you didn't like Pictionary.
It's
PlayStation only.
yes.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
At least to start. I don't know if PlayStation maybe they published it or
I was
funded
about
it.
to say there's probably some PlayStation money in there.
It's a rap, which was
Do it. Do your little joke. Walk out of here.
Will did it last time when he did it.
I thought
I
you did
missed
it.
on the
it.
show. No.
No.
Will showed us.
You all did it.
We all did it. We all walked out. Will
Josh,
showed us a
flash
game.
me back to the time.
Will showed us a game that he played demo on Steam. It is called It's a Rap. It is like a Hollywood stunt game, but you're in a linear editor.
That's
and you
right.
move all of the actions around on a timeline,
Yep.
like you're in Premiere. And you're moving the set and you're moving the character movements and you're trying to align them all so that the scene plays out as you would expect it should.
You're learning Premiere. This is perfect.
The art style reminds me of the this is a horse. The horse is amazing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that freaks me out a bit.
Yeah, it does look like an early Flash animation
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
did 8 frames of animation. Very
Interesting concept.
Really cool.
Super cool. And the reason it was super cool was that they were like, you can play it now. We just released it. So this is out.
Awesome.
Very cool. Tiny Glade. We should actually look at footage. Just I didn't mark it up for you, Josh. We just super quickly look at footage of this. This is a cozy core game, but it is like that one that I played where you're building a town over the water and stuff like that. It doesn't look like there's much of a game to it, except that it's about make something pretty in the game.
Right.
And this one is like the most high res version of that you could imagine.
Did it have gameplay?
Ooh.
Did it still look like there was more game around it, or was it still one of these
Doesn't
kind of
look
like
like there's more game around it.
meditative games? I hate that word.
Meditative. for sure.
Meditative.
Yeah, it's too many Ds. I feel like those kinds of games, I do like it when there's more game around it, just because even if I'm not participating in it, I like to know that there's the option.
Oh shit! I've seen this on TikTok a lot. People are like, this little castle building game will be amazing.
I've seen this. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh wow!
It's just so.
It almost looks like it's got a dynamic. Maybe there's going to be more UI around it when you play it.
Oh! Do you see inside the buildings, or is it just the exteriors?
Can I go inside the buildings? It looks like
I'm
it's...
going to need to put carrots on the table.
Well, yeah. To be honest, yeah. Like I feel like I enjoy the placement of objects in space, but these are like I think I like more like
interior design.
I think give them a break. Like what they are doing here is
this
kind of
amazing.
magic.
This is amazing.
Like
This is amazing.
it looks
I'm
like
ex-
there's
I'm
sort of
ex-
a contextual cursor to it that just changes everything if you change something. Like you don't break something.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious to see like
Darkness is
if
coming.
it's more than
what happens
than
to
buildings.
darkness? Vampires. Nothing. More sheep.
The candles will come on.
Oh, fuck.
Yay!
Oh, it's pretty.
candles.
It's actually really pretty.
It is very pretty.
Tiny Glade.
That's great.
Pacific Drive got a chunky narrative trailer. Pacific Drive is the one where you are a car or you're trapped in a car in an apocalypse.
Okay.
And you are driving around and the world is ending around you and you're just driving. I think we saw this at Key 3 and you were like, that looks fucking awesome.
I have no memory of this game.
I have no memory of this game.
They're from outside. They're a preacher.
I mean, you're clearly a person in a car.
Yeah, but even this trailer is like, you are the car now.
Oh, Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Wood paneling. Yeah, interesting. It's like Kentucky Route Zero meets. There was a game where you like a Russian car simulator that you did up and kept trying not to break down.
Gus was overseas for the last time we did this, Pete, too. So
yeah, okay.
So give him a goddamn break. This looks cool.
Yeah, it reads as a Gus game for sure.
I'll take that.
Yeah. Symphonia, we won't look at, but it's a musical platformer. So you're kind of bouncing around to.
I've seen a lot of that on social media. Steph, you'd love this. It's basically like the boss battle is you jumping away from a big creature that's singing all the verses like like it's in a musical.
Is it like music rhythm? Because you got to jump.
You add to. I think if you didn't make the platform, you would die and ruin the song, and it would reset you. And he keeps singing, so it's a bit more Great Mighty Pooh vibes, but with a lot more cute sort of characters and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think you're accentuating. I've seen if that's popped up a lot on social media.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
love that.
a really
That's
cool build.
We need to watch the next trailer in its entirety.
Okay.
It is for Dome King Cabbage. Dome King Cabbage.
What? This is made out of AI.
It looks like AI the game,
Fuck.
or someone's weird dream.
A visual novel.
You know those drugs I was talking about before?
After the show, right?
Yeah. Whoa.
So
What?
oh my god, this is gonna be such a stream
Yeah, this
sensation.
is a stream game for
Yeah.
sure.
This so looks like bad AI prompts gone wrong.
Well, the thing is, it's
a visual novel.
All, well, not this stuff specifically, but he's just gone and built things in Blender and created mindfuck palaces.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, really. And I don't want to say I don't love everything I'm seeing here because visually this is amazing, but is it a game and is there a compelling enough reason to play it? I need to be convinced because I hate it when things just use creativity as an excuse to not paint an actual, and you know how much I love a story in my games. If that's just an excuse to bounce between disconnected, strange, trip out, psychedelic moments.
If there's surprising, cool moments in there that sort of trigger things that are funny and interesting and stuff like that, then yeah.
Totally,
I'm
but
so
just
there
as
for
an
it,
excuse to go a bit. Yeah.
What are the minimum psychedelics required to run this game? Yeah, it's
that's the question.
Who knows what the hell that'll play like?
Yeah,
it's a visual novel, so obviously you see some character interaction, choosing dialogue.
Yeah.
And it does say as well it's a monster collector. And there is another video, a 5-minute video of him explaining it, and I watched that and I still had no idea what the fucking thing was after it. And he's like, and also I would implore you to try and forget everything about this video and everything you know about the game before you play it.
Why'd you make the trailer then, man?
He's like, I wish I didn't have to do this, but I'm not big enough to release a game cold and for it to succeed. So I made this so that I could talk about the game and it could feature in these things, but also I wish I didn't have to do this.
Yeah.
And it's quite sweet. And he's like, he's obviously made this really a personal, intimate thing while he's been high in his bedroom.
What I'm hoping he means by that is that there's the less you know about it, the better, and that there's the being surprised by the things that he's put in a interesting way is what's going to be cool. Because if it is just weird Blender stuff that he's just kind of made playgrounds in, then I feel like
Stoner Con Man.
Yeah.
Stoner Con Man. Yeah, could be. Who likes dinosaurs?
I do.
Okay, then we'll look at this trailer. It's for Death Ground. It is a survival game with dinosaurs.
Oh.
Cool. So it looks like it's a 4-player cooperative survival experience, but there's dinosaurs.
So you're not the dinosaurs.
I didn't really take much away from the trailer other than that.
Thank you, Peter.
You know Texas Chainsaw Massacre? Because we're dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Imagine the
I don't think
chainsaw
it's an asymmetrical multiplayer thing though. I don't think anyone gets to play as dinosaurs.
No. Oh, it's got that alien beep in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just I don't know, more like
and when you say survival, it's not like building survival, like resource gathering survival.
Looks like an escape vibe.
I think it's more
Alien
like
Isolation,
what would you say?
Alien Isolation.
Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously with it being multiplayer, it could be a little bit more like that extraction game, the space station zombie one that's co-op. We kind of moving through bases. I can't remember what that's
I
called.
don't call
either.
it
There are too many video games.
Extract Extinction or like Death Ground is dumb.
There's no dino in that title.
There's no dino in that title.
How are people going to know there's dinosaurs in it?
Dino
The
Because
they
main
watch
selling
Back
point
Pocket
of the
tonight.
game.
Yeah,
Dinoscape.
We need more dinosaurs.
Dinosaur? Dinoscape.
Dinoscape.
Dinoscape. But it's felt like a dinosaur.
GTFO, that's one thing I was Z-screen. Thank you so much. I was thinking of GTFO. Last trailer I saw and was like, this is beautiful and also spoopy. Retrieval is... this wasn't in the Future Game Showcase, but was on the PlayStation.
Ooh, I like that.
The thing.
Spoopy. It was on the PlayStation YouTube channel this morning, along with what we're going to talk about next, which is the Portal.
But we just ended up the same.
No gameplay, it's cinematic trailer?
All cinematic.
Okay.
All Unreal Engine. It's another one of those like beautiful horror games that is probably going to be like, yeah, everyone who's streaming will stream this.
Yep.
And no one else in the world will buy
it. We're ruining the industry.
It'll sell 40 copies to the 40 biggest.
I like to watch that man jump on my screen when he gets scared.
No, don't go inside the vent. What are you, crazy?
Don't look in the vent.
Yeah, let the droid go first. That's smart.
Your robot is sad.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. This was the most spoopy trailer.
Leave.
Oh, God.
Of everything.
Get out.
Right?
I can't believe the robot was sad.
Oh, okay, so they're muted.
Zombies?
Oh, twisted, messed up humanoids.
Yeah.
It's just, more...
I know there's probably a premise, but like, she flew a ship. She landed. She opened the door. She went in, and now she's running
I
out
wonder
being
what
like...
happened here.
Yeah.
And she's running out going, oh God, I'm going to die. I'm like, I have no sympathy for you.
Right? And she's like, where did I
Why
run
did
to?
you go
Here it comes.
Yeah, you have a ship.
Yeah, but maybe
Leave.
she was out of supplies and resources, and she
creepy
and
as
she
shit.
was like, "Oh, there's a research facility on this planet that I can visit and stock up."
Here we come.
Little did she know.
There you go.
There you go.
Retrieval.
So really not sure what that is, but graphics good.
Yes, graphics good.
Oh, and I did write down here as well. There's an Agatha Christie Murder on the Orient Express game. Trailer came out for that as well.
Point and click.
It looks like it's a 3D action game.
That one wasn't for us.
Yeah, that wasn't for you guys. You weren't like that.
That was the assign.
With dinosaurs?
Agatha Christie with dinosaurs.
Yeah. It could have been any of you.
I trust that Velociraptor in the corner.
Sir Fang's a lot. Why, he's my most trusted friend.
How did you get to the first class carriage?
Ain't that man. Done it again, Marvel.
Is this it?
Oh yeah! Wow, that's the sexiest Poirot I've ever
sexiest
seen.
Poirot.
Right.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
What do you got against Kenneth Brown?
Take that, Brown.
I'm just thinking like the OG TV dude. French dude
yeah,
who was like,
Yeah.
Featuring an I was gonna say it's like one of the most famous conclusions of whodunits.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not gonna spoil it. So yeah, they have to change it potentially.
Yeah.
It was the train, everybody.
Oh no!
It was the train.
Carbon
Origin.
monoxide will come for us all. And then PlayStation, they weren't really didn't have a showcase, but it is kind of the news around all the Gamescom stuff as well. Is the PlayStation Portal, which is their new handheld device. This is the IGN hands-on because there's no official video of it. but the embargo's all lifted, so there's a bunch of reviews and stuff going up. And it is their new handheld, which is not a CPU-based handheld. It is a streaming device from your PlayStation. So it's PlayStation Network connected. They've got a new... it doesn't have Bluetooth or anything.
Scrub forward a bit for us, Josh. So they talk about a lot of PlayStation history. Yeah.
So this is it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no Bluetooth for headphones.
Yeah, so it's just got PlayStation Link, which is one of the new connectivity things.
Yep.
And only 2 headsets that they've just announced are going to work with it. It's a full DualSense.
It's the Apple method of making you buy all of their... Yeah.
It's weird because what it is it's hardware, and by hardware I mean it's purely the device. It's a screen and DualShock controller together.
8-inch screen.
That is it. But everyone sees it and instantly starts making leaps of like, oh, what can it do? And it's like, no, it can't. It's doing what they've been able to do since the PS3, which is you've been able to stream your console to a screen and use a controller. The IGN, I watched this video, were like, look, this is the easiest way to do it, because even I've done like PlayStation from my bedroom with a controller. I had an old DualShock that I had the clip on the back, and I tried it all. I'm like, still not the most. I still had to fuck around to get this to work, whereas this is a dedicated piece of hardware.
I tried streaming to my laptop and then having a controller.
It can work, and you got to play the right games.
But this feels like this specific situation of like you've been playing a game on the couch and then you want to keep playing the game in bed, and so.
But then, if anyone, and again, the Switch has been doing that. 200
US, so probably like 340 Australian.
It's a very luxury item. That's what it is.
It's kind of like, why get that when you got like the Stream Deck, which we still haven't got to the degree. But
and if you've got PS5 or PlayStation games going to PC, Stream Deck has so much more functionality. The weird thing about this is like, if you booted this up and someone then, because I know that's a really unique situation that you're saying like, oh, I might want to take my game to bed.
That's the scenario that I can see this, because if you take this out of the house, then it's like you're so reliant on that streaming connection being solid the whole time.
Yeah, but then if someone at home walks over and like wants to play the PlayStation, they can't. It's being run. It's your hardware is being run at home. So I know that's an obvious thing, but it is a strange thing that if someone just turned the TV on.
Well, as opposed to xCloud, or any cloud streaming, is you're pulling the game off someone else's server. This is pulling it off your home network and your hardware.
Yeah.
And so
it's just
I mean, Dante said in chat, sometimes family want to watch TV and he wants to be playing his PlayStation. And so this is a really neat way of doing that. I really, really question.
I also question it.
It's just kind of a luxury item.
It feels like it's for hardcore PlayStation fans who are like, I want PlayStation all day, every day.
Well, but this is the thing. Like PlayStation are like 3 for 3 now on their luxury items that cost a lot that don't really have a lot on them. So the PlayStation 5 comes out, it costs a lot of money, and then arguably its library at launch and extended since then has been a little more limited than previous consoles. So people are like, look, it's a luxury item. If you can afford a PS5 and find one, you got it. PSVR 2 comes along and people are like, wow, it's really expensive and you need a PS5 and there's not a lot of games on it. But if you really love VR, you could have this item. And then they bring this out and it's like, who is your market? These very rich people who are like, I just like all these white molded plastic items.
It looks good.
I guess also like that's like a Western perspective. It's such a popular console in Japan as well, and people, I guess, in sort of very like PlayStation infrastructure homes and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I can see maybe it being something that is just like an essential thing. There as well.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem to have the vibe of here's a piece of tech that you could buy that makes gaming easier for you and your family and friends. And it's like Xbox do try to be like, we're simplifying it to give you games more often where you need them. This is like, hey, if you've got the money and you're this unique situation, this might suit you. I don't know. It just has a different kind of sales vibe to it. I'm not against it. I just think it's weird.
And I would say for even home network game streaming, not ideal.
Yeah.
Like if you've got the option to use your television and an HDMI cable, you're doing it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to be playing a game with like it has X amount of latency and then go to bed and it's tripled the latency just because of the network.
And like this is a weird thing to say, but like how much? That's 300 and something. Like what's a PlayStation 5 right now costs like $750 or something? I think.
Yeah, it sounds like $699.
Yeah,
they're going down.
If you're really, if this is your problem you need solved, and you're really into gaming and you have to go to bed now, what's another TV and a PS5 in this very well-off scenario that it's like, and you know, I know some people, I would hate to have a TV in my bed, but I also hate to be lying in bed with an 8-inch screen playing games. So it's like, how much more work is that for something that then allows two people to be playing and you can watch TV in bed? Like, it's a problem that could be solved better if you use that money towards that solution. I don't know.
Yeah.
But you could play all the games that you saw at Gamescom that are coming to PlayStation on that if you wanted to. So call it 450.
Now, time for your main feature.
Too many games.
It was.
And there are too many people. I'll walk that back in a minute.
There's
too many people who sponsor our show, which is why we have a credits list.
Not enough people.
If you feel like sponsoring the show, please do through Patreon. Reeps, last time we had you read the credits solo.
Yes.
We'll help you out this time.
Well, we're going to get you to draw all the credits.
That's
all right.
Listen, my psychologist wouldn't like that.
Bring back the tablet.
We'll take them one at a time. We'll take them one at a time.
Sure.
Sure.
But you can kick us off, Reeps.
You can do the whole top paragraph.
Special thanks to all the patrons, including the mods Gat.
Syntax error.
Yes.
This is really confusing. Liz Dahlia.
Sith Cat.
Phoenix O'Lion.
Disturbed.
There's more.
778.
Jex, this is difficult.
Caboose.
What the shark?
Now XD.
Lord Shadamar.
Gus Beard Wrangler.
Dump Days.
Up your honey bun bun.
The order already.
I'm just saying words.
Bolt Lubricator, we are robots.
Foot Severer.
Moth Captain.
Costume department is Oranishi.
Remover of foot from Gus's mouth.
Babbling Bob.
There it is. Milner for Wilner.
Snail XD.
Back pocket legal team is Burry Burry, and head technician is Kane Lavos.
Oh man,
Nice.
Scotty crew, but you can't forget Glowing Mike doing that.
Chat.
Chat.
You're ruining it.
Chat.
You're ruining
Chat, do it.
my
Chat.
God.
Chat, say it.
Chat.
Pick the best boy. Pick.
Chat, who's the best?
Bad Boys, EvilSpyBoy.
Best boy. Best boy.
Glowing Mike?
Box boy, boxing.
Box boy. Yeah. Scotty Breeder Bifrost.
Scotty Feed is Super Studios, and Pitch Perfecta is MiddleCee.
Josh.
Peter's Cable Guy, Wolsey.
Designer of World's A Timothy. Peter.
Community Hot Boy, Nicrotex.
Yeah, and his hot boy is TheCoastalCity.
Will, are you watching the show?
Scotty. Remover of Sassassless.
House of Bamuso for hire.
Dinosaur Supervisor is Phil Tippett.
All together now. Burn
Supervisor is LauCat.
Well
that was
done.
Seamless. Oh my God.
I thought about calling Will for a second and getting him to do it.
Oh, I should have.
He might be in bed. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, and as you heard, LauCat, one of the major sponsors of our show, who sponsors the post show, which is coming up next. So make sure.
That broke Peter. He's been talking so much, and he's like, "I'm on a roll here," and that just hit him.
Wow.
So make sure you stick around for the post show. LauCat, Reeps, would you like to read some tasting notes about LauCat?
Of course.
This section
Yeah.
here. He's a lover of fine drinks, cockatiels, and
Whiskeys
a different
and
drink.
cocktails, yeah.
Okay.
Different drink. Okay.
Yeah, Loki.
Sexy voice.
Sorry.
Deep voice.
LauCat is smooth and stylish and draws on the Irish traditions of dairy and distilling and took over 4 years to perfect.
Wow.
That's the camera I'm looking down. He is the ultimate blend of smooth Irish cream and triple distilled whiskey. He is smooth and velvety.
Stop.
He is dead.
He's actually Bailey's this week. He's Bailey's this week.
Well done, well done.
That is our show, everyone. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight and enjoying the show, and especially those who support us on Patreon. Please share the show everywhere. Write letters, staple them to your nearest telegraph pole.
Draw pictures.
Yep.
Send socials.
Yes.
Clip this up. Check the YouTube tomorrow to watch this all back, and then send it to someone and say this bit was really funny. I thought of you when I saw this.
You can head to backpocket.gg for links to everything, our Discord, all of our socials, and our Redbubble store, which is kind of dead.
There's stuff there.
There's great stuff there, but it's kind of dead.
It has moments of resurgence.
It does.
Put more stuff in it.
Yeah, let's put some stuff in it.
We'll take some more designs, put some stuff in there.
Let's put some stuff in it.
Put some stuff in our store.
Who wants some stuff?
Stuff.
Josh wants stuff. Reese, what are you up to?
Come check out Fortress Trivia every Monday night.
We still haven't been to Fortress Trivia.
But more importantly, go and follow the Reaps on the Twitch and the TikTok and YouTube. Thanks.
So streaming on TikTok. Where can people find you?
Reaps 316, and then on YouTube it's Reaps with a Z. There
But
you go.
if you just find one of his things, I'm sure they link to all of them.
They all connect.
They all connect. Yeah, we got to do Trivia Fortress.
Trivia every Monday. You're still. How are you still coming up with questions?
I use a thing called my brain. I use my brain.
Yeah, amazing.
No, awesome. I heard nothing but good things from people who've gone and done that.
Do you want us to come and do our drawing segment live, and then the audience can guess the characters?
So much.
On his 5th beer, folks. Thanks so much for coming back to it. It's always a pleasure to have you
Thanks so much
here,
for having me.
torturing you.
Of course, I love it.
Every time.
We're not going to be back here next Thursday. We're going to be back next Saturday, the 2nd of September, for our anniversary live stream. It's going to be a long one. We got a lot of we've got some friends coming into the studio.
Hey.
He's like,
oh god!
We have some friends coming to the studio. We got a bunch of stuff to do. We're gonna have some fun challenges. We're gonna have some spin wheel stuff. We're gonna have all sorts of fun for to keep you guys entertained for many, many hours while we go crazy.
We will go nuts. We've been planning through it, and I'm like, last year I was terrified. This year I'm really excited. Like, I was excited, terrified, but now I'm like, all the games we're playing throughout, I'm like, I can't wait to play that, can't wait to play that, can't wait to do that. Peter's going to shave what? So it's going to get weird, messy, and strange.
Have you told people that?
No.
No, that was... So it's going to get weird, but also we'd love you guys to come along, see as much of it as you can. Obviously, it's a big drive for us to promote and get us rolling for another year, and we've worked out the things we promise. We're delivering on a lot of those promises already and more, and we've worked out a really fun way to promise better things we can do.
I'm going to get a babysitter, lol.
Yes.
Amazing.
I will be drawing the full 12 hours. Thank you sometimes around dolphin beds.
So good.
You can borrow my glove.
Yes.
Work out what I'm going to shave by coming on Saturday the 2nd.
Yay.
That is our show, everyone. We're going to go to the post show now, thanks to LauCat. If you're at the gold tier on Patreon, you'll see the link in the Discord. If you're not, we'll raid someone and you have some more fun on Twitch.
I got a ketchup story.
He's got a ketchup story, so if you want a bit of that action,
yeah,
join on up. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.